Hello! Hello!
Hello.
Hello!
Are we online for real?
Yeah, the recording has been started.
Oh,
For real?
but don't forget the TV dinner.
For
of
real?
the
Oh, right, the TV dinner of the day. Hold on.
day.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
What are you talking about?
why
This
you
would
so
be the
mad?
first
Yeah,
one.
this is new.
Stop acting like there was more.
It's a new thing.
Yeah.
I guess we can't. I guess you love G Fuel today so much we can't do that.
No! Fuck
We
off!
can't add a new one. We can't add a new thing in yet. Maybe one day.
I was looking forward to seeing if macaroni and cheese mecalinas was a certified food.
It's actually funny. I actually had mac and cheese earlier. I had mac and cheese, and in order to give it some texture, I had some Ritz crackers with it.
Oh, sorry. To make it match, it'd be a certified solid.
Certified solid.
I don't know, man.
I don't know if
think
that's
what's
gonna
really
catch on.
needed is a Lunchables tier list.
Dude, we need to. I'd be so down.
Okay, so we're finally something we agree on.
Do Lunchable of the day.
Never tried any Lunchable that isn't the pizza.
Well, then
I
you
do
can't come.
For that day, I will buy the other ones.
You can't. Most of them aren't even available anymore. You can't even freaking have them. Like
What is
taco.
it? Is left.
All I've seen are the nacho ones.
Nacho ones are
Currently,
okay.
yeah. The nacho ones are still sold. I
Yeah.
hope so. Or if Amazon's
Okay.
selling used ones, that's gonna be really worrying.
Used one.
Lunchables
Used
pizza is horrible.
Lunchables,
How
dude.
dare you? You have to put them against each other, all right? Something
Yeah.
has to be S tier, and that means something has to be F tier. We all know what's F tier. But it's definitely not Lunchables pizza. Pizza is not in the F tier.
Yeah.
Was a flatbread? Yeah, and flatbreads are good.
But
It was good. It was good one. Fuck off.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I wanted used Lunchables, I'd go on Craigslist, thank you. I'd want them to feed me like a baby chick.
Dude, if I can find a way to get like some Lunchables that like are new but like not the flavors we usually get, I'd be so down.
New Lunchables.
Well, I mean, you know, like if I could find a way to get the old flavors but like not from a guy who had them in his basement for 12 years. You know.
I don't know, man. I think those would have a new interesting flavor for real.
Oh, definitely.
I know
It'd be
they're still a year
very-
off from expiring.
It'd be a very good taste, I think. A very good, very unique taste.
We should try doing a cooking show where we make Lunchables and we try to get that.
Make Lunchables.
Yeah, we just have a flatbread show. We put everything
just
we put
make
everything in
flatbread.
flatbread.
Guys,
Yeah.
guys, mukbang.
Lunchables mukbang.
Lunchables.
I'm imagining like a 50, like a high mile pile of chicken nugs. dude.
Okay, so unfortunately the Vegas trip is delayed, so
So
the next time you're able to get vacation, we need to do mukbang at
Yes.
I don't know whose house. Whose house are we doing the mukbang?
we'll go to your place
Alright.
because I want to be around Zion.
Who doesn't want to be around Zion? Zion's adorable.
We love Zion.
She attacked a shark
We stand Zion.
doll.
That being said, my dudes, you may not notice, but we sometimes play a Kingdom Hearts game here.
What?
Yeah, I know, right?
What?
Kingdom Hearts mukbang.
That's not true.
This is how you can tell that we finally made it as a series. We've gone off the rails in the beginning of the game. Just like we do with all the other
Well,
ones.
Yeah, of course we went off the rails. There was a big fucking monster that did that to us.
Yeah, that was your
I
bad.
didn't think it
I
was
think you
there were any rails.
you guys could have handled that better.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
you're right.
Yeah, that was us. I'm sorry. Our L. Our collective L. I should have punched it. That would have helped.
I should have used my good looks to charm it to not hit us.
You should have used your modern understanding of real-time
I
slurs.
should have pushed the button that said brakes.
Why would
You should have opened the door. Ah.
Should have gone in reverse.
You should have just walked
Should have
off.
just jumped out the window whenever you got to that first mining like asteroid.
Should have just perfect dodged.
That in fucking DARP.
We go on the Astro. We just have to play the Terraria for like 8
Three
months.
people have reacted to my spicy Summoner Network related art. Will you react to my Summoner Network? Anyway,
No. But yes, with all that being said, my dudes, just to catch people up, we don't have an Anthony today. He is currently sick. He may end up showing up later, maybe not. But we will have to go on without a Gil today. That being said, we have certain ideas as to what is going to happen with that. So I'm just going to, basically, if he doesn't show up today, where he's just going to be thinking about a certain thing that happened last game, because he's got a lot of things to think about. But we'll go into that at some other time. There's also some things I want to go over as far as some donation stuff today, because we are finally in the third game, which means next game, because this is the last game of the little quote-unquote tutorial. Next game, after this game, you guys will have all your stats locked in and cannot change them for anything.
Oh boy!
And that also means by next game we will have the karma cards.
alright, you're
the
right.
car. My
should
cards.
I should switch to physical.
The cards. The long of the cards.
And I have a thing for the fund, for the union fund, and that is going to be, because next game we're going to be able to get the cards. I'm gonna have a $300 thing on the little union fund today. And you may be thinking like, oh, $300, that's fucking a lot of money. Yes, it is. Because if it gets done either this day or next week, I'm going to be giving all the players 3 karma cards.
You should have just like gone silent and be like, yes, and just stopped.
You guys will all get 3 karma cards, which technically makes it half price karma cards.
It is half off.
Technically, but not in practicality, because you're actually spending more money, but you're not spending more money for the amount of karma cards. Don't worry about it.
Have you guys ever bought something in your life and it was slightly...
Have you ever bought something and like it was there and
it had a price and you could buy it? Yeah.
Yeah.
If you donate to the stream, you might get something for it.
and it's only going to be for this week and next week. If it does not get done before this week or next week, we will change up the union fund after that. That being said, though, if it does get done, that'll be super neato. And maybe if it gets done today, I'll have it get done that way again next week.
And then we all
Who
get to, I don't know, we get to have things.
Who knows, man?
Chaos!
Chaos!
Currently as well,
Emeralds.
specifically for this game, and maybe eventually back in 5 DARPs, FOML has made even more karma cards for us.
Yeah.
So there are new ones.
There are special ones too.
They're special and new.
Oh no.
I made them.
That being said, we will see how things go. Today will be the last day that those are not going to be able to be used. Technically, you can still use them for their other uses, because there are other things you can do with karma cards other than draw from the karma deck. But this is the last day that they will not be able to be used for the karma deck. As of next week, karma deck is open for everyone. If you want to fucking roll the dice, because I'll tell you now, there are some bad ones in there this game. We've taken inspiration from all the RPs, including Mega Man, for these.
If you guys remember Mega Man, there were 2 cards that just killed you.
I can't wait to be separated into my unversed form. That's it, right?
Actually, there were 3 cards that just killed you.
Yep. And technically, they're very similar. They won't outright kill you, but man, you'd be surprised what you could live through. With that being said,
Oh no!
Oh no.
let's go ahead and jump into the main thing here. Let's go ahead and go habya. There we go. We're all over here at our lonesome, without a Gilgamesh. Unfortunately.
Don't worry, I am currently drawing in his honor. Don't look here yet, but I am drawing in his honor.
Okay, good. If you guys noticed, up in the top middle of the screen, we have a little butt. You see the butt?
Why do we have a butt?
Well, it's actually the top of a heart.
Oh. Why is there a butt?
Well, I was gonna put it over here.
Finding Nemo world? What the fuck?
I was gonna put it over like under us, where we'll have it underneath our butts, but it wasn't. It was awkward. It didn't look correct, so it's now over there, and you can only see the top of it. So it's a butt.
Why do our butts have to be included in this?
It's a butt. It's great.
Why?
Because it was an art asset that was made for us, and I wanted to use it.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
I understand now.
Yeah. That being said, my guys, does anybody want to volunteer to say what happened last time?
Yeah, dude, let's go.
You gonna do it?
Yeah, man. Last time in Kingdom Hearts RP, I wanted to do this voice the whole time, but for some reason I started with now I can't stop. Anyway, last time in Kingdom Hearts Cherished Days RP session 2, we all. Well, okay, I'm tired of doing this voice. I can't do the bit.
I'm already done with it.
I'm starting to laugh
I can't do it now.
at myself, and I can't keep my face straight. We all came back onto the bridge with our boy. What the fuck did we get? His name is Scott?
Yeah,
for like
Prescott.
5 minutes. Okay, so he's Scott. Sorry, because we named him Prescott, and I don't know which part we kept.
But he said his name was Scott, so he's going by Scott.
Okay, all right. So he's Scott.
Yeah.
All right. So we all were on the bridge with Scott, and Scott's sitting here of all the refugees from the terrible destruction and fire that the little hellbugs have caused. He's little hellbugs, and he's like, well, we need to find shelter at some point because those things aren't gonna fucking let up. So we got two options. One of them is we go over there with the guys who, the activists, as we have chosen to call them, PETA. They're over there. They're over there with their.
They're not that bad. Come on.
We'll call them Greenpeace then. With Greenpeace over there, and they have non-specific armored mounts of a non-specific sort that I know about, but you don't worry about it. And I mean, they definitely have like people and numbers and stuff, but there's several people here who I don't think may survive the encounter if we get there. And it just slowly pans out to like the Knight's army over there, and to like the noble just chilling there. And you can kind of understand where they stand on this whole thing. And then he goes, well, the other option is this like old myth about a library. And it's said by like a bunch of Cherished that, when the end of the world happens, it'll open. And, if it works, then it's gonna be great. We won't have to have any like weird conversations happen on the way through. But if it doesn't, it's gonna be a very bad day for all of us involved, because those are really big monsters over there, the size of like whole buildings, and we can't hurt them. It's gonna be a bad day if it gets hit by us. So just
look at the squad. The squad of monsters.
The squad looking for beans!
I didn't update that. I need some time.
I think it should just be obscured by all the dark side.
Red gave you like the clean image for your beans. How could you?
I was busy.
So it's like just talk around with people and see if they want to choose one. Wherever the group's going, I'm going. Just try to get like a majority consensus going on. And everyone's like, okay. Meanwhile, Zarel jumped into the water, and I mean that was most of the session for him. But also he jumped into the water, and he was chasing the thing that had fallen out of the sky the last time, that was fighting the bigger dark side, not the small ones. I mean they're the same size technically, I think, but it was bigger before. And when he found it somehow, he noticed that it was some kind of sword key thing, and it was weirdly
has a
shaped.
little broken heart at the end.
With a little broken heart. I'm sorry about her, the boars. Of a little broken heart at the end, and it's like, whoa, a sword key thing, and then he goes to grab it, and it turns into a keychain, and he's like, well, I broke it. Time to bring it back, and then he goes back and brings it to Muna, and it's like, I found this key thing, and she's like, you found that key thing? And it's like, yep. Would you probably do something? I don't know. This is just, it was a whole key thing, a whole like sword key when I found it, and now it is no longer a sword key, it is just a keychain. And she's like, well, we're gonna have to look at that, I guess, at some point. Let me tell you about metaphors. And then she realized that she was like 5 meters away from the entire bridge, so it was not a very long conversation about it. Anyway, Gilgamesh talked to a little soldier boy and is like, hey, we need weapons. We currently are weaponless. And he's like,
0 weapon.
We have 0 weapons. We're maidenless, weaponless, give now. And he's like, I don't know. I mean, I guess if it's somehow gonna help, I guess you can have some. And then they talked a little bit, and he explained a little bit more about Greenpeace over there. And they're like, I don't know if we want to go to Greenpeace. Like, you know, if they see us, they're definitely gonna, they're not gonna be happy with us. They don't really like the nobles and stuff. They have kind of like a grudge.
Greenpeace now, by the way.
Yeah,
It'll be super funny in a bit.
they actually hate nature. they said fuck oil.
Fuck oil.
But they actually intend to use oil in extreme amounts. They're
fuck grass.
Fuck grass. We love fire, but not in the way that it's currently happening around us.
Oh, they really love fire.
And they're like, well, we don't want to go there because we like having all of our limbs intact mostly. So, you know, if we have to go somewhere, you know, we'll take our chances with the literal myth thing, honestly. And it's like, well, that's one opinion there. Slowly accruing it. I don't know how to speak. I'm learning to speak as we go along. And Hibiki talks to this girl, and she's looking outside, and she has a he's like, hey, what's that? And she's like, what do you say? And he's like, what do you say? It was some kind of a papered structure which contains images of some sort, which could not be easily replicated with an artist's touch, created in an instant moment, like an eye. Like an eye on a paper.
Yeah, you guys can say the name, but you're like out of game, you can say the name.
Well, yeah, but I think it's funner if I don't say it.
It's true.
I think it's funner if I just pretend like I don't know what it is. And it's like, well, that's weird that we can't say that word. Anyway, what was that? It's like, oh, it's you know, that's the Great Protector I was looking at. I think currently things are it fell. I think it's gone. I think we're fucked without it. I don't know. That was like, that thing was here, and it's like defended this place for a long time, and apparently it managed to like handle a huge hit, but I don't see it no more. And it's kind of hard to miss, all things considered.
Yeah, apparently this thing was as big as you guys remembered it being, but then the Great Protector fucking took out like 90% of it or some shit.
Yeah, I just went, you know, you're no longer Earth-sized. You are now capital city-sized, Big Ben-sized, King Kong-sized. And it's like, well, that's weird. And she's like, well, if maybe we go to Greenpeace, they'll be able to fix it. I don't know. Maybe, I mean, they know a lot about non-specific machines. They might be able to put that thing together. And then Hibiki said, what if they can? And she said, man, that's a good point, but I'm not fully convinced yet. And she's like, I mean, I don't really get to, you know, just LC where people go. This is kind of a situation where you can't call your punches. And when the whole Dream team goes back together, and they're like, all right, we're gonna have to decide something now. And they're like, well, let's prepare to go there. But one group didn't want to go to the library, which was where we decided to go. One group is like, maybe we'd have a better chance with the people who are flesh-like and we know that have abilities to do things, and not just some building somewhere, which we have maybe like a 2% idea might open. And then Gilgamesh is like,
I think it's these guys. These guys were the guys. I think.
yeah, it was the it's like a group of 3.
Oh, it's 3 of them. Was it these guys?
Yeah,
They
it
also
was
found a
Presley,
friend.
Beverly, yeah, Lele, Beverly, and Presley. I think it was those.
Oh, okay.
Or it might
I
have
thought
been
it was
these
these
guys.
guys. Yeah, I thought it was them.
Yeah, it may have been these guys. Yeah, Huxley. I mean, they're all named the same. I can't tell you. I know that's like my own hoisted in my own petard, but you get the point. And he began trying to convince somebody that we're very confusing. Gilgamesh was just like, listen the fuck up. This isn't a thing about like.
It was them now.
What?
We're changing it. It was them now.
It's them now. This isn't a thing of like who's gonna do what. The reality is that we're here to survive, and if we go over there, like, yeah, there's a chance that it might not work, but to be honest, they might also not work over there. Like, really, we're just kind of fucking pulling straw here. So just man the fuck up for 5 minutes. We're gonna go over there now, and they're like, all right, okay, all right, okay, that's a good point. We're gonna go there now. I'm sorry, sir.
I'm sorry.
And then someone touched the rhythm. Give me 5 seconds. I want to see what that was. Is someone at my door?
It was a pretty good speech. You are correct, Phoenix Drop. It was a pretty neato speech. It was
Anthony is
made
just
by
so
our
good.
boy Anthony, who is not here currently.
He's just so good at making these speeches and doing all sorts of things in character.
There we
so
go.
He's the best.
Yeah.
Did you guys do it? What are you saying, Corey, too?
I'm just looking at Dragon Yells at Cloud.
Dragon, local dragon yells at cloud. Where is it? I want to see it.
Right over here.
Local
Darkness,
dragon.
friendship, light, hope. Darkness, hope, light, key, friendship, hope, dark, help. I am trapped in a tiny jar. Please stop, Link. I am more than an item. Is that Joe Biden and Obama playing Minecraft with Trump? Funnier than Pickle Rick. Great parody to help spread AI awareness.
Yeah.
Fuck you, dragon.
Anyway, before
And
they
look,
left,
Picking 2 middle fingers.
he is giving 2 middle fingers. He's a very talented guy. But yeah, before they left, they're like, because like, I don't have a weapon still. So I would like to have that. And then the Muna one, I also don't have a weapon, but she found her way by talking around and also finding this lady, this pink. We call her Rosa. It's been like 5 minutes. They're all named already. Where is she?
Right here.
There she is. Yeah, Rosa. And she's also noble. And she's like, my guards all ran away, but
That's
I'm just
probably fine.
that's probably fine. Not even an inconvenience.
I had to help my brother, who is far more important, probably.
Probably, maybe. She was gonna be part of what was it, the concubine?
Yeah, she was raised to be a king's concubine, but then the king didn't take it, so it's fine.
And it's like, well, you know what? Life is a highway. You gotta do what you gotta do. and then after several like areas of perception, Muna went, you know what? I was just here to ruthlessly manipulate you, but I think I'm almost kind of starting to like you now. And she's like, what? And she's like, what? And Hibiki and all the boys went down while that was happening.
And according to chat, Muna's making straight women into lesbians, like turning them into spaghetti, I guess.
I don't know. I don't think she
Spaghetti.
was straight. I can't confirm that 100%.
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti. And the rest of them went down into the water part again, too much to the delight of all of the people ever in the world forever. And they broke a sewer hatch to give Hibiki a chain.
Yeah.
For his keychain.
I am now Silas.
He is now Silas. And with that, the gang all went over in a big old march, and they started marching away, trying to get everyone to the library, to safety. And while they were walking away, they found some people. They found a bunch of merchants, and one of them was an old guy, and then his son was also there, and his son was also there.
It's an old
they're
guy,
like-
his son was also there,
And that their whole shop had suffered some serious burn-shaped problems that caused when things burn, and
Disease.
he's like, we would appreciate some help. And so I was like, no, fuck off! No! Fuck off, leave! We don't like you! You're gonna take our shit! You're with Antifa! I don't wanna hear it! And then we were like, hey, you sure you don't need help? And it's like, no, leave forever, we don't like you! And then the dad was like, I mean, we don't mind, like, some help, like, we'll just, like, if, we would appreciate some help if you, like, it would be nice, I would like not to die. And after some back and forth with the team, and also promising really, really, really hard that we weren't gonna steal all their shit, which this is really what this world has come down to. They're like, you know what, fine, we'll come along. And that was like, you know what, if you guys need like anything, and Gilgamesh was like, some equipment would be very nice after this whole thing is done. I mean, he didn't say the part where he sounded very polite. He sounded like Gilgamesh, so make your own assumptions. And the team went off, walking off once again, going off, doing a good job at escaping all the bugs and not getting assaulted by them. And and then Hibiki was sitting around and going, didn't like a lady fall near from here? And then used his abilities of triangulation and watching really big things fall down real fast to find out where the lady might have fallen. It's like, I think she went a little bit over there. So we all went over to look at the lady that had fallen off from the sky. And sure enough, she looked fucked. That happens when you fall down from the sky and break every single one of your bones. She was doing better than one would if you fell out of the sky and broke all of your bones. But it still wasn't looking good. Yeah. We did find out for real, confirmed for forever that she was definitely the person that Sorrel saw in his dream journal, and also that the key sword thing also belonged to her, because it stopped being a keychain and it turned into a full sword when she touched it. So once again, we are sorry on her divorce, whatever may have happened. So we grab her, we go back to the group, and they're like, hey, you can't just like bring that like girl around like that. It's not good. She's dangerous. If she was finding that thing, it's bad.
I remembered it more of the soldiers just looking at her going, women, and then we're like, yeah, so?
And then Sorelli, bruh. You PC, bruh?
And then Sorrel's like, yeah, women, you want to talk about them? They're great and contribute to society.
Women.
You know what? I love women. I'm tired of hearing about it.
Oh, shit,
I've been bored for 5 minutes and I decided that I really like women.
Oh shit! Yeah. You just reminded me my mom was a woman, and I like my mom.
Yeah, that's right. Anyway, women were indeed allowed to stay in the direction of the area. We all got to the big door area where a library might be in, and it was shut. It was currently not open yet, and we were like, well, we need to find a way to open this door fast, because we don't have like that much time either. It's just, there's a lot of dangers around here. So, Hibiki and Muna went around looking, while Sorrel made sure the capital W woman was okay, and Gilgamesh stayed around, and they talked a little bit about dragons and stuff, and Gilgamesh was really, really sad for definitely ever relevant dragon related reasons. He's gone through a lot. I hope you guys understand. Meanwhile, Hibiki found a little fountain that turned on with his special coin, with his coin of destiny.
What?
With his T coin. What will you call your coin?
We'll find out later. It's fine.
Well, call it something. I don't know.
The T coin.
The T coin. Are we really just settling for the T coin? All right. So he spilled the tea, and he found out that the tea makes things grow real fast, and he's like, maybe this could be good. And then Muna walked around and he's like, yeah, maybe this could be good for like this situation. And they're like, well, this might be interesting for the person whose bones are like 50 times broken. Then they walked over to the door, and the lady was like, "Well, do any of you have a bomb by any chance? Because this is an opening." And they're like, "Well, I guess we'll go look for that. Also, there's a gigantic key over there at my work. We'll get back to you." Meanwhile, capital W woman woke up, and she is in pain because all of her bones broke, as mentioned before.
Aw, man.
She wasn't excited about it. And they talked a little bit. She realized and noticed that the big again, they're called like the dark sides, like the really big dark side. It had fallen, and she woke up because it had gone to sleep by like her master's like ability. Apparently, they're really good at controlling like dreams and stuff.
Yeah.
And that got her to wake up. So, you know, they talked a little bit. She wasn't exactly like in a perfect top talking mood, but to be fair, that was because all of her bones were broken. And the others came over and went, "Hey, we found something of like a water fountain." And then Sorrel had heard water and blacked out, and they walked over to the water fountain. We baptized her. And we realized that it was not a baptizing healing fountain, it was an aging fountain. So, I mean, the good news is it worked for the purposes of healing her. We don't know how old she is now. We might have to celebrate like 3 very immediate premature birthdays, but I think we can do it. As soon as we do the math on how old she is. Eventually we only know that she's legal, that's all we can really guarantee. We go over and she's like, "All right, I'm gonna open this door," and then she launched that fucking light beam into it, and then that was it. That's what you needed to open the door, a big light beam. It's key magic, the magic to open big doors. So we walk into this big old like place, as you can see right here, and we find that at the very end, there is this big fucking pillar thing of light and books constantly rearranging themselves forever, and then okay, I'm gonna quick
Why's you
explanation.
dumbass?
In a game that we were with Linda previously, there was also a talking book, and that's the exact book. He just put a face over it, and every time I look at it, it makes me crack up a little. Point is, that's their mutual friend, Michelle. This is his prison. He's stuck here forever, being constantly discombobulated for eternity. Anyway, we're here as well. And he's like, "Well, it's good to see that you guys married in one piece. You know, it's good to see that, you know, it's been like a day for you. It's been like weeks for me, months even. It's hard to tell when you're constantly being discombobulated. And, you know, as you can see here by all the lights, it's not a good thing. You shouldn't also get too close, by the way. It'll shock you, and it'll hurt a lot. So, well, I mean, I guess while you guys are here, you know, there's you know how we're currently being, well, I guess not we, mostly you, but, you know, you're currently being chased by, like, those 3, 4, 6 gigantic creatures, and they're approaching rapidly. You might want to, with the 4 of you here, using the magics that you've got, and light the little, like, light up there, the little beacon. And, wait, hold on, one of you doesn't have magic. All right, you know what I said about not touching the pillar? You need to touch it really, really, really quickly, please. I mean, you don't have to, but it would be nice if you did. So I was like, well, I'm convinced. I haven't known pain before. And he got water out of it. So really, it was all. Even though he is now in immense pain, it was all that you can really ask for and experience. And with all of us having new awakened magics, or all previously awakened magics, and also it's complicated. The point is that we all go upstairs to the beacon, and we call out down the fucking avatar's powers to light up the beacon, and it makes a big light repellent save zone. And one of the dark side funking dies. The beans were
One
not
of the
found.
6 dark sides was destroyed.
And the others go, we don't want to fuck with that. I think we're gonna go, catch you later. We're gonna go, we're gonna go collect the Chaos Emeralds. You guys tell us when you're done and launching your light beam. All right, goodbye. And, congratulations, light beam released. Also, Gilgamesh realized that there was a constant unmoving thunderstorm. And turns out that is, something exactly related to him, some kind of undead thunder dragon, I think also named Thunder.
I'm worried that my
undead storm
prejudiced
dragon.
family members are back.
An undead storm
I'm worried
dragon.
that the undead dragon is back. The undead what now?
The fucking what?
I think it's really funny how it's like, I hope my family isn't here. It's like, I hope the gigantic undead dragon the size of a mountain isn't here. It's like, man, being alive has some tough baggage I've yet to figure. The range of baggage really changes depending on the person. This is exciting to learn. You could either have family issues or be imprisoned for life. So we all go back down there, and Michelle's like, you know what? It seems that you did it. So you know what? Thank you. I appreciate that we're no longer, about to die in a society. Again, mostly you. I'm being kept prisoner here, but that's neither here nor there. And then he became like, no, let's actually go here and there. Why are you here? And he's like, well, like the king of this place, he did not like me very much. That's why I'm here. He was like, I don't want you, for reasons that are mostly unclear. But it could really be, he was really powerful, or maybe he just didn't fucking like him. Maybe he gave him like a bad birthday gift and he was really pissed off about it. The point is, he didn't really want to, deal with him. So now he's here, being discombobulated forever. Probably for information, considering that he's a book. He wasn't previously a book, we think, but he's a book now.
Yeah, he had said that one thing that was a thought was that whenever this whole thing is done, he'd be able to read over literally everything that's ever happened in Michelle's life through the book.
And it's like, yeah, maybe it's just being done for him. Maybe I'm just like being like scanned to Wikipedia as we speak.
Not to mention all the power being redirected to this that could be used to save the city.
All the power that was used to light all of these beacons was being redirected to holding on this prison that you're currently seeing right now. People aren't allowed to come here except for like a couple of people. One of them still comes here. They left currently. They might be back at some point. Point is, this is like the Alcatraz of the world. I'm currently being held up. You know, like that scene with Mr. Incredible in the first Incredibles where they got him like tied up all the balls.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like that, but if he was also a book and nothing like that.
And was constantly in pain 24/7.
I mean, I think that was also the case with Mr. Incredible, but I'm not positively sure.
I mean, I'm sure he got sore like that. I don't think it was like constant
He got
pain.
sore. And, we talked a little bit. We mentioned the whole part of like, yeah, the king. I mean, he doesn't sound like a great guy. And it's like, I don't know if I'd still, like, if I'd like him once this was out. Being tortured for 1,000,000 years will, like, this doesn't really, like, keep a great vision on a guy. But, if that ever happens, we'll see how I feel about it, I guess. You guys probably want to, turn more of these things on. That sounds like a good thing. Also, weaken this person's position on me. So, it's all. It wasn't like planned to be that way. I think maybe not. We don't know yet. But if things gonna work out like that, and we're not sure if it's gonna have like a succession master plan or not.
Well, the main idea of it is if the beacons are lit and do their protecty thingy, then they won't have enough energy to do the Sealy thingy. Yeah,
correct. If this place isn't like dying to the ground by Darkseid, I think we can all win a little by this exchange. The whole country doesn't go to the ground to keep one guy in a little jail box. Maybe that's a great or a good thing. We don't know yet. We just came here, and Evie's like, well, this guy doesn't sound too great. And it's like, what can I tell you? Something. Again, just judge by yourself, I guess. And he's like, well, I mean, I guess being like a You know, he probably has like a long life. You know, being like a Cherish and all that. If he's like a dragon guy, he's like, oh no, he's definitely not a Cherish. Cold open. End of session. He
But
could be
yes.
like a Cherish or something. Oh, he's not.
Yeah, he isn't. He's not.
He's not.
Never ever.
Oh, so we learned that it's mostly dragons who like
And then
happen
he's
to
like,
rule. So
"Oh, shit,
you know that gives Gilgamesh some time to go to the ruler's store. He can become president.
Another Wednesday game where where Anthony becomes king. I see.
But yeah.
This
you
can't keep
guys-
happening, old man.
You guys basically asked the last couple of questions of Michel, some of them being what kind of person he is to the king. He said apparently he used to think of him as a brother. They asked why they were there, and apparently it's because of his information. Maybe it's because he knows that that man is not a Cherish. But as that was said, as everybody looks forward from that amazing revelation, it doesn't have to be an amazing revelation. Yeah, we're gonna start things off here. My guys, thank you very much. We're gonna give some Zorel-spiration for that that nice little open there. Hi ya. There
Thank
go.
you.
Perfect.
I don't know what I'm doing this was. I'm eating ice. I'm sorry.
That's fine. You can eat ice.
I shouldn't. It's bad for your teeth.
But yeah, you guys will be put back in the exact same position you were. At the moment, you would see that Michel had just let you guys know that that person is no Cherish. He hasn't said anything about not having
He
not
just said
being a
like
dragon.
he's just not a Cherish. You know, he could be anything
But,
else.
you know, he's apparently going around saying he is a Cherish, so that's interesting. With that being said, we will release you guys. You guys are still here. Michel can still potentially answer more questions, but that's where we're at. Anthony makes some kind of a conversation, and then he ends it.
Oh, thank you, Gilgamesh. You know, you should probably catch up with the others. I mean, it's been a long day for you. You have to think about like a foreigner story. Yeah, goodbye. Have a good one,
You
Gilgamesh.
guys don't mind, but I'm going to yell at the cloud for a little bit.
You
Alright, Gilgamesh.
honestly, that's probably very good. He would probably have some kind of a talk with Michel and then go to look at clouds. Because, you know,
Old man yells like cloud. All right,
Bad
have
clouds.
fun with your.
What's with
Yo.
Anthony and having undead dragons in his backstories?
It's okay, man. Don't worry about it. He's a special guy. Well, he's. What?
what? Is there anything else?
So he's
I
a-
don't. He could just. Why?
I suppose yes, although I don't entirely understand his reasoning.
Yeah, what would he lie? What's. I don't know if.
so I guess the
Honey, sweet cinnamon roll.
Oh, okay. I think I've been dancing around this question this entire time, I guess. What even is a Cherish?
Oh, well, that's actually a very simple question, but with a very complicated answer. The best I can put it is that a Cherish are the original beings of this world, at least to our understanding. They were the ones who were here before anyone else. They are beings that do not have any adolescence. They do not have any juvenile form at all. They bring themselves into being from their previous lives, and when they die, they return to the form of an egg. You all had seen such an egg whenever I had shown you your visions before, I believe.
And now we have Zorel.
I can confirm all those things.
Yes. And that's actually very interesting. One of the main reasons I wished for you all to come and do what you had done is I was hoping you would bring Zorel's egg to me, though it seems that Zorel had finally awoken. The Cherish take differing amounts of times to hatch from their eggs. Sometimes it is near instantaneous, while others it is quite a long while. The egg that Zorel was in was actually, well, it was gone for quite a number of years before I found it.
How did you're in here though?
Yes, this was back whenever I had a body.
Oh,
Oh.
I see. That's potentially a long time, and then the three of us just touched his egg.
Yes, whenever
And
I
here I
was
am!
whenever I was sealed away, so was my possessions, including the egg that I have found. I had at one point thought it would be destroyed by this prison, but in fact it was actually locked within my heart. That is how I was able to connect with all of you and have you take it from there. There
So-
are probably
so I
many
was
other
in your
possessions.
heart?
Well, as well as most of the other possessions I might have had. Not that I am saying that I was someone that had you. It isn't. You have
Are you
no
my
ties to
father?
me. No. You have
Okay.
you had no ties to me. I just simply found your egg, and
Oh,
now that you have been brought out here, I no longer have to worry about you.
all
The
right.
Cherish-
That does bring up
I'm
a
glad that we removed the father thing really quickly. I felt really sad about that one, but we're
Well,
good now.
Well,
It's
the
fine. The
Cherish
three of
are-
us are your parents.
Whose lineage does Zarel belong to? I don't mind having him be part of my lineage, but
As I was saying, Cherished do not have a lineage. They do not reproduce. The only way that a new Cherish is formed is if an old Cherish dies. And even then, there is a problem. Cherish are very strong creatures in body, but in between their lives are where they're at their most vulnerable. If an egg of a Cherish is destroyed, then that Cherish will always cease to be. The egg does not
Brutal.
return.
Oh.
And unfortunately, over the several hundreds of years, if not even more, that we have at least records of our time on this planet, there have been, unfortunately, several Cherish that have died throughout those times. And by died, I mean, of course, their eggs were destroyed. It has become a bit of a problem, because most Cherish now are extremely few in number. You might be able to even count the number of Cherish on just a few hands. It is unfortunate.
And I'm guessing with how special their life cycle is, there's a problem with making more.
They cannot make any more. They have tried. There has been many attempts at, methods of which they would reproduce. But either with another Cherish or with an outsider, no union has found to make another Cherish. Other beings have been made, though you must think of it as they did not make another Cherish, they made another member of the other's race.
Makes sense.
As
Man.
of
Hard
right
to really
now-
find one that can lay an egg.
As of right now, there are no conceivable ways of reproducing Cherish. And you could say that it's because they are special. Yes, they are. But the main issue here is that they were the ones who had inhabited this planet first. Yet, they are also the ones that are in the most danger. Well, currently we are all in danger. If this world falls to darkness, it will take the Cherish and everyone else here with it, so we are in the same boat at the very least. But that is what we currently know of the Cherish. There are many myths that the Cherish can reproduce, and some of them have been shown to be correct. The long lives of the Cherish have been enough to give them several visions of their past, and while some of them may have been powerful mages or seers in their past. In fact, this place here, whenever you had made your way here, there was a saying that this place would open in a time of need. That was something that we had gained from the Cherish. There are many other myths that they have said as well, though at the moment, most of them are myth. Unable to
see.
be proven exactly.
So then the king is claiming to be both a dragon and a Cherish, you were saying?
Well, he is a dragon. I know that as much as I can, though I do, as I mentioned, I do have reason to believe and understanding that he is not a Cherish. As I mentioned before, there is no adolescence or juvenile Cherish, yet I remember distinctly there being... He mouths, he doesn't mouth a word. You just see him be silent for a second. Oh. I cannot say.
Yeah, I figured that out earlier too.
Huh. Strange.
Oh, you can't.
These two aren't gonna know what we're talking about, but I think I know what you meant.
There are no images in recollection that remain. However, I do remember seeing something of such that had depicted him in a more juvenile state. And since Cherished do not age, at least in the same ways as other, it makes me believe that he is not one.
Strange then. So there's one thing that you saw that shows that he is not a Cherished, but neither of you can say it?
I believe that there is something stopping me from saying the phrase that I wish to say. I do not understand exactly what it is, to be fair. I have never not had a problem saying the word before.
Perhaps it is a curse.
It is a rather mundane word. I do not believe it would be anything that the king would have deemed fit to actually stop anyone from saying.
The king can just do that?
No, that is what I'm saying. I don't think that it has anything to
So
do with him.
So it's an unrelated thing that is stopping this thing.
I believe so, yes. The king is a powerful dragon, but he is not the kind of wizard or something that can perform a great magic such as removing verbiage from an entire planet.
Not only the verbiage, but the images themselves are gone. One of the people had one of those of the Great Protector, and it was blank.
Of the Great Protector, you say? Perhaps that is why they are gone then. If the Great Protector was depicted in something like that, perhaps whatever is doing this is maybe trying to stop the Great Protector from being reassembled or fixed in some way.
We did hear that it went down after... I think we already explained that, though.
Yes. The Great Protector is a being that I did not know much of whenever I was outside of these walls. I've heard of them since the one who is taking care of me, the one in charge of this place, has come back and forth, but I have not seen them myself. That being said, if the Great Protector's visage has been taken, and the word going about that visage is gone, the only thing I can think of is that perhaps it has something to do with these creatures. Maybe they are seeing them as some kind of a threat.
Some kind of...
The bug things can just take words and...
I do not know. Again, you are saying many things to jump to a bunch of conclusions. I do not know. That is why I'm saying it. It is just me bringing it up.
Understood.
I do not know, and I've not seen the Heartless be able to do anything such as that, but I cannot put anything past those that dwell inside the darkness in people's hearts. They are of a magic far beyond what any magic that we mostly have access to here is. Though, you see him look over toward where Gilgamesh had left. I believe there is a magic that your friend is somewhat familiar with that possibly could do such a thing.
Huh.
There are beings throughout the world, throughout all the worlds, that hail to a larger power, a magic that many believe to be more of a sentience or sapience to magic itself. Some call it some sort of light, some call it deity, but the way he had mentioned it whenever I had seen him in his, and whenever I was going through his heart, he had called them wild mages. Mages who take the power of that sapient magic. That sapient magic does potentially have the ability to do what you think of. Perhaps it was it. All I can say, all of these things that I'm telling you is just my own thoughts going out now that I'm able to put them to words throughout everything. But none of us have any ideas as to what anything truly is.
Right now, the only thing that I know is that I can be released whenever the beacons have been lit throughout the different lands around here. There are 4 others that are out, and once that happens, I can perhaps look more into any of these things, though I believe that once more beacons have been lit, you might bring the ire of the ones who live above. Once they notice that their prison is starting to falter, they may try to come and stop me.
Well, that's just too fucking bad for them. This stuff can actually help with the people, and they'd be more concerned about keeping you trapped.
I
It does
believe that at
seem
that
that
point,
it would be helpful.
I believe at that point they would less be against protecting things and more be about just destroying me.
Oh, so instead of trying to stop the light from happening, they would just attempt to... I'm not sure how you... I mean, I guess if you're a book, a fire, maybe?
I am in an extremely vulnerable position. I believe that at this point, anybody in this room could kill me.
Oh.
The only thing protecting me currently is the fact that this prison is, well, charged with as much raw magic as it is. Anyone who would come close would have to deal with the pain, as you did, Zor-El.
I still am. I'm just being very brave about it.
But if anything were to come to me with some sort of a long-ranged attack or something that did not have to touch me physically, then they would likely just incinerate me.
So it only stops things from touching you, not from hitting you.
I don't believe that it is trying to stop you from touching me. I believe it is just mostly trying to stop me from leaving.
Oh.
The reconstruction and deconstruction that is going upon me currently is just trying to make its way through and, well, bite against my sanity. Eventually, I will not have the ability to fight against it, and I will be nothing more than just a plain book. Once my force of will has been completely diminished, no matter what happens, I believe I will just fall, and then this prison will have no need of me. Honestly, that may be the quickest and easiest way to light all the beacons as well. Once this prison has no need to hold me here, I believe the magic will just instantly go back to the beacons. I would say that perhaps, if you don't mind, unless it is entirely necessary, do not tell anyone else what I just told you. Otherwise, somebody will most likely see fit to destroy me immediately.
Should we also not tell them that you, like, brought us here through the power of heart? Is that also like a forbidden thing?
I do not know. I believe you can mention whatever you wish to mention, though it's up to anybody else if they would understand or even believe you.
Got it.
I do not think that secrets are something that necessarily need to exist. If you wish to talk about your dives into your hearts, go right ahead, though I believe that it will be very hard for anyone to believe you. In fact, if they are adverse to that information, they may just see you as, well, crazy in some ways. It may be easier to get on people's good sides without walking up to them and being, "Hi, I saw you inside my head."
Worked pretty right for me, I think.
All right, just gonna keep that in mind whenever I find that royal lady.
I do not know exactly how anyone will react to that, to be fair. Perhaps they would react rather well. Again, everything that I tell you is just my own opinions. I do not want to say that I have any actual solid thought on anything, though there is one thing that I can do for you. Now that you have awakened even the slightest bit of my power, I can keep this place about, at least the several blocks that I now cover with my light. I can keep those heartless out of it. The light that is shining above will most likely keep any of the heartless except for potentially that gigantic creature at bay. That being said, if it is to come back to full power, I doubt that even the light that we have here is enough to stop it. That being said, one of those other creatures seem to have vanished upon touching the light here, and the other 5 have retreated for now. Perhaps that means that there is time. If they have retreated, from what I can tell, you see him close his eyes. Yes. I believe they have gone into some sort of, standby. A couple of them have made their way off toward the mountains. One of them has headed off down toward the submerged city, another into the forest to the north, and the last to the deserts off to the east.
There are even deserts? Gee.
This is a world. At this
I
point,
know, I
there
just
would
didn't
be-
realize just how big the kingdom is.
The kingdom itself is only the continent that we are on currently. There are other kingdoms throughout this planet, though they are much smaller and usually do not have the influence of the main kingdom here. Cherished is a rather large world, though right now the only place that anyone really cares about is, well, this place, as it is a... There's barking, sorry. There's a dog. I'm glad that it survived the Heartless attack, but...
I am also glad. Dogs are amazing.
Oh,
Shut
let
up,
it go.
dog.
Oh,
Shut the fuck up.
that's kind of. But Joel's kind of mean. It's just a dog.
Sorry, I was a little irritated, my bad.
Does it
It's
live
all right.
around here?
What was I saying again? Oh, yes.
You were just-
Something about kingdoms?
This place is only the most numerous where people stay because this is the, center of trade throughout most of the planet of Cherish, as well as the only place that one could get any item off-world. There are an entire system of other worlds out there that Cherish has made use of connecting thanks to its gummy train. And because of that, this area is much more numerous than any other kingdom on the planet.
Interesting. Though speaking of the gummy train,
I was going to say, I don't think there's much connection anymore.
Oh, what has happened to the
unfortunately-
train?
it's crashed to the dam,
Oh,
and now the dam is flooding the lower city.
oh, that is a problem.
That is a very big problem. Obviously, our priorities were getting the people around us safe, and now that this is here, you wouldn't happen to know a way that we could stop the flooding?
Well, from what I understand, I believe the dam is made out of gummy block. For something to have struck in it and taken damage, I suppose the train would have been the only thing to be able to do such a thing. You would need to find enough gummy block to repair it. Though I think
The
that
train
only...
itself?
No, the dam.
No, I meant using the train if it's made of the same stuff.
If you can find it.
Surely it's just lodged into the hole.
I mean, if it is
If it
still
was
inside
lodged
of the
in, there
hole-
might not be a problem.
Yeah, if it was still inside of the dam, then there would be no flooding. It's like, from people have told me, if you are stabbed, do not remove the knife.
That's very true.
The fact that there is flooding means that somebody removed the knife.
You can remove a whole train?
I do not know. I did not even know the train was here, lodged inside of a dam until you all just told me. This is the only
we
place
didn't
I can...
tell you. So those dark sides used to be part of the bigger one, right?
I do not
And
know.
the big.
No, I did not believe that they're part of the bigger one. Maybe they might be, but
Well, they appeared after the bigger one fell.
yeah, but hold on, don't I believe I have I suppose our new friend, I will call them a friend now. Our new friend has let us know that the peers of the big, you call it a dark side, yes?
I do not know. This is a new terminology for me.
The big thing with the wings, Hibiki, so that
Yeah, the 6 things that he felt.
the thing before the thing's that also a dark side.
Perhaps you could bring the one that you're speaking of over, and they can give us more insight on the matter.
You know what? Perhaps I should. Give me but a moment.
Okay,
Boing.
all right.
And I'll
Goodbye.
just tell you that one of these things is big enough that it reached up off the planet and grabbed the gummy train out of space.
It fucking what now? Anyway, so
It fucking way.
All pretense off on that, and I love it.
Fucking what?
you want to fucking repeat that shit again? Anyway,
Can you say that to my face, my book face again?
Zarel, you make your way further out. As you do, you would find that a lot of people have moved about the different areas. Some of them have taken the stairs to get into the higher parts of the library about. Some of them have look off into the exit, seeing if anything is out there and about. Some people are searching throughout the shelves, looking for anything they could potentially use for helping and all the different stuff. Currently, as you look off toward where Booya is, she seems to be off and alone, staring up toward where the door is, and you do note that they seem to be, again, just alone, sitting there waiting. As you approach them, they do turn to you and turn to you. You saw that light, then?
The light that just went out? Yes, indeed.
That was rather interesting. I never felt anything like it.
Me neither. So all those things that you discover as you go along. We did
Whatever
not.
it was, it appeared to be something that was able to defeat the darkness. There's not many forces in any worlds that can take out a Heartless whenever it is fully formed. That being said, whatever this light was, it was enough to destroy an entire dark side. That is fantastic. As long as it remains lit, then we should be fine to explore this part of the city at least.
I do believe that it will remain lit thanks to a friend here, which should mean that this place should be safe for an indefinite amount of time.
Oh, that's good. We can try to find more refugees then. I guess I'll go and do that then.
Wait a minute. Before you go and find any refugees, Booya, right?
Yes.
I believe.
I remember something with you, though it's hard. What you say, and as you came to me before, you were very familiar to me, and from what I can tell, it's because we spoke, right?
We have spoken before, yes. But it appeared
I'm sorry that I wasn't able to understand that immediately.
Well, I suppose that there were bigger things on your mind at the moment. That being hurt, and also I believe something about your master, and
Yeah.
I suppose it's not a great day.
It's definitely not the best.
You had mentioned when we had originally talked that you were heading into certain danger.
I guess I did. Yes, that does seem familiar.
And I suppose this was the certain danger you were talking about.
It was
So I
definitely
made
the most
sure-
dangerous thing I've ever done in my life, yeah.
Oh, that will definitely do it then. It's good to have a top 5 things of a list to put in danger. I mean, I suppose it's not a fantastic thing to put on your list, but I mean, I suppose that if that's a thing that you're usually having to do, then it's, on and up and about, right?
If I did not have my armor, I would most likely have been destroyed immediately. That creature
Yeah,
was
that armor
extremely
definitely took a
powerful.
brunt for you. Just kind of pointing at like the absolutely just destroyed armor.
Yeah, you just look at the one piece that is on their arm as they just kind of like move it around to look at it as well.
My master will most likely know a way to fix it, but I feel kind of useless now, to be honest. Without Master Bellicose around, I don't really know. I just remembered something. Well, whenever I look at you, I remember I did it, didn't I?
I do believe you have. I am, as we had previously exchanged before, Oink. A proper cherish.
My master told me that if I was able to talk to one before the world fell, and tell them what I needed to say about, the world needing help and the Heartless attack and all of that, then I would be able to be a master. So, I guess that makes me the most useless master that anybody would probably have ever seen, but a master nonetheless.
Hey, it's been like 5 minutes. Don't get in there so much. Gonna go ahead and throw an arm around her.
I suppose you're right. My master
You know,
most
it's
likely...
not that many people get turned into a master, I guess, after fighting something. I'm sorry, I was just born. I have no idea if those things are things that happen very often.
We've never seen something like what we fought before. That it appears to have been a dark side, but much different than the ones I'm used to. The ones I'm more used to are the ones like that came after us before, the one that was vaporized by that light there. Those are the ones I'm most likely, well, more equipped for fighting. That being said, the one that we fought was much hardier. It was definitely something beyond my original capability.
I would hope that you're not used to fighting things the size of a planet. That sounds very dangerous.
Oh, we didn't fight it when it was like that. That was that creature that had came in before us. It was because of it that we were able to do as much as we could before, but it was rather amazing as well. Similar to the light that came here, it was able to, well, make quick work of most of that creature, but unfortunately it looked as if it ran out of power. And then me and my master tried to do the best we could afterwards.
I suppose that is why it was called the Great Protector then. It did indeed protect.
Yeah, it was amazing. Though, I don't know if it had enough power to actually destroy the darkness. It was able to do as much as it did, but my thoughts on the matter was that those dark sides we saw, the ones that came after us just then, I think those were part of the original, but not after we did whatever we did to it. I think those dark sides were what came out of the Great Protector doing what they did. Instead of destroying that large dark side, it split it into many other smaller dark sides.
Hold on, before you continue with this information, I was gonna tell you, this is what I talked about. I need to bring it to my friend. I'm gonna just pick her up.
Okay, well.
Whee!
Princess carry all the way over.
It's more of like a fireman carry this time.
As Muna sees Zarel coming in, then looks to the book and Hibiki. Oh, looks like the friend's here. Try not to interrupt her like you were interrupting me, okay? Okay.
Sorry.
Were they interrupting you?
Were we?
About 3 to 5 times.
How dare you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry that Scion tried to destroy your mic again.
Yeah, we did not notice.
Oh yeah, I did check to make sure my mic was going on. I even put my volume up a little bit.
We
so
did
I thought
not
it
notice.
was just like
I typically keep an ear out for that.
I
I'm so
honestly
sorry.
thought you guys thought I was memeing or something, which kind of annoyed me, but I was like, okay, I'll just go in character.
Nah, we did not know,
I'm
my
so
dude.
sorry, man. We did not hear it at all. I don't
I'm
know
gonna
what
give
happened.
you a kiss. I would never do that to you.
Okay, then it wasn't you guys assuming I was memeing. Okay.
Why don't you, before we get these two over here, why don't you, if you had any other questions for Michelle beforehand, why don't you go ahead and ask them?
Oh no, it's a long gone. It was commenting on the stuff you couldn't say. I was gonna mention like dark magic and all that, and then after that, it was like, okay, Muna's gonna be quiet. She got interrupted like 5 times.
I'm sorry, we didn't notice.
So sorry, man.
I'm sorry, baby. I'm giving you a kiss.
But yes, as
No kiss necessary. Again, I thought you thought I was memeing, so I
You
just
care? I guess I'll take my fucking kiss somewhere else, Daddy.
I'll take
I
the
just
kiss.
decided to put it
I'm
in
giving
there.
a kiss to Emerald now.
Yay.
take that. No kiss.
I can't believe Emerald interrupted my kiss.
Since we are like a slightly pause for a second. There was a thing about 25 minutes ago from Zarel's other brain cell.
Oh my god, I didn't know you were still here.
They gave $4. It says, "Why aren't we looking at water?" Zarel inspiration.
I know, man, I know.
There's a lot
There's
of
no
not looking at
water.
water right now happening. I don't know.
Good news though, the water is inside me now.
Wait until they learn that like bodies are composed of like 80 to 90% water.
Dude, what?
But yes, as you would bring Booyah over here, you would find that Michel and the others would be waiting off to the side. You guys would have told Michel about the encounter you guys just had with the large dark side, basically pulling you out of the fucking sky. As they approach, your friend is a book?
He's in the big magic thing behind the book.
Oh,
He's also a book though.
But yes, he's also
Booyah,
the book.
Michel, Booyah, Booyah, Muna, Booyah. Hibiki, Booyah, Hibiki.
hello.
Chad, to
Hi.
meet you.
Excuse me, but before anything else, I don't really know why you brought me over here, but hello. Before that though, she looks over toward Muna. As she does, she checks you out for a second. Forgive me, can I see your hand?
Oh my, in front of everyone? Why, sure.
Is it what?
Oh, just grab my hand, darling.
Oh, thank you. They reach forward as they do. I am echoing like crazy on you. If they reach forward, as they do, they take your hand into both of theirs. You notice for a second that she does not hold your hand in any sort of way. She seems to be staring at your gloves. As she does, yes, I can sense it a lot. You have a lot of dark magic around you.
Sorry, did I make it too obvious?
I mean, I don't know if it'd be very obvious to those who weren't incredibly used to it, but yeah, I believe that that wherever you are from, these clothing are extremely attuned to the darkness.
Why, thank you. I worked on them myself.
You did. Are you someone who dabbles in dark magics?
Dabbles implies I don't have a mastery, though I guess in this world it is dabbling, isn't it?
Well, I mean, if you were able to make such vestiges, I'm sure that you are somewhat of a master at all of this. Sorry, I just noticed a little bit a while ago, and I didn't feel it was the perfect time to mention it yet.
Do you want me to give you a presentation, darling, or...
No, thank you. I can't really be trusted with that.
Oh, trusted.
See, we're already getting along. This is great.
As she says this, Michel just sort of like looks over everyone. If you do not mind, Booyah, I would love to know more about these creatures that have came to this world. Oh, right. Yes, of course. Well, they're the Heartless, and she starts to give a slight thing you guys already know about the shadows that have come around. Before she finally, they are creatures that are born from, well, the darkness in people's hearts whenever they have, well, somewhat done dark things, passed away, other things of the such. They hail from the realm of darkness, which is the opposite of the realm we are currently in, the realm of light. And whenever they find way over here, they find themselves drawn to sources of extreme light so that they can devour it and, well, send worlds into a sleep that is akin to death. When they find a world, they take it over entirely, and usually that means that world is completely gone, brought into the darkness beyond which it can really understand. Though my master says that some of them find their ways into our dreams, and through that they're able to somewhat stay relevant, or at least somewhat stay around, though it is
hard to understand him a lot of the times when he speaks about that. No, I believe I understand something of what they are saying. Well, then you're a little bit closer to the answer than me. Other than that, what we saw today were dark sides. They are one of the true darknesses that lie in the realm of darkness. They are extremely powerful, one of the most powerful of all of the pure-blood heartless that exist. And when it comes to them, they usually can only appear when a world is about to fall. It seems that we were able to somewhat keep them at bay, though I've never seen that humongous dark side before. The one that towered over the planet. That was something that was far beyond anything me or my master have ever seen. We think it is similar still. I believe that those other dark sides came from it whenever your great protector had destroyed it, or did whatever it did to it. I believe that it had split them off into different pieces, and those pieces were the dark sides we saw before. And then, after it did what it did, me and my master came to go after them and tried to defeat it, but even in its weakened state, it overpowered both of us. We would have helped the Great Protector, but it was extremely dangerous to be around the two of them at the time. So we had tried to do what we could to fix the dam that was there in its place.
Say, speaking of the dam, have you seen any train-sized holes or trains that might have passed through a hole at any point recently?
Oh, yes, I did.
That's great! We're looking for one of those!
We're looking for the gummy residue, I guess, that comes from it.
Well, do you have any diving equipment?
What would you need for a diving equipment?
Well,
I mean,
whenever we were fighting that large dark side, it picked up that train and tried to throw it at me.
Oh!
I tried to throw it at you? I
Yes,
thought I was just
but-
trying to take it down. Damn.
Yes, but my master was able to slice it in half.
Well, that's
Oh!
quite funny. So they weren't intentionally trying to get us. We were merely a weapon.
Oh,
We
it had
got
already
this
it had already crashed into the dam far before then.
Oh. Okay,
Mm.
so it was after us. Or,
Maybe you doesn't like trains?
It had wrenched it out of the
Honestly,
dam and thrown it at me as I approached it.
please don't take this the wrong way, but I was more complimented when I was considered a weapon to you, against you.
Oh, I'm sorry. You
No.
would definitely be a weapon against me. That's for sure.
Oh, come now. You can calm down, dear. In fact, I'm surprised you're able to handle yourself so well. You have a talking book, and you've been talking to them like they were just another human standing there in front of you.
Is this not normal for this world?
Gonna assume no.
Oh,
I don't think, are any... Mitchell, is this normal?
not in the slightest.
Okay, it is absolutely abnormal. Good news.
Sorry.
Bad news.
Bad
So
news?
that-
Bad news.
Oh, you first.
I was asking what they were saying because they said bad news.
Oh no, I was saying it was bad news. It was normal, but I suppose it is also bad news if you couldn't find. Well, the train was split in half and everything because it is currently flooding everything. The dam, not the train.
So the spells we cast on it probably aren't helping very well, are they?
I'm not.
Whenever that great protector was fighting against that large dark side, me and my master were trying to freeze the holes inside of the dam. I believe that they should last for at least a couple of days, though perhaps they did not.
So, from gathering that, whatever y'all did might have been holding back most of the dam, and only a trickle has been coming through.
Perhaps.
Maybe.
What were you saying? Looks to you, Muna.
Oh, don't mind me. We should probably worry about the dam. I'm just admiring that you seem to have been from many worlds. You seem to be a star wanderer of some sorts.
They call me an off-worlder here. Sorry, I'm a bit too casual about it. I did not realize that books that talk were not native to this world. I've never really seen a book that talked in other worlds either, well, except whenever they're being used through someone else. But I've been to several other worlds before coming here in my training, and each world has its own different properties. In fact, sometimes whenever I go to other worlds, I change into something else. So it is... I've seen quite a lot of abnormalities if I'm showing too much of being used to something.
Muna wraps her arm around her shoulder and starts to lean in. So that means you've seen a lot of powerful magic in other worlds, haven't you?
Oh, yes, of course.
Perhaps you can teach me. This is my first otherworld experience. I feel weaker than I could be. Well, you already sense that.
Oh, well, when it comes to magic, I do know some, but I'm not really a magician.
Oh, that doesn't matter, dear. Knowledge is power. And I think you're pretty powerful yourself, Star Wanderer.
I guess that's one way you could call me.
Now then, let's go save a dam, shall we? Here's
What
around.
kind of magic would you get from going to other worlds? Now you've got me thinking about it, Muna. I mean, I suppose there's magic in... I mean, I don't know anything, but I can assume things. I mean, if there's magic, I mean, what kind of ways would magic take in other worlds? Maybe there's, like, I don't know, maybe it's all a fire world, or, I mean, I wouldn't like that. Or maybe there's one where you can have, like, little pets, and that's where all the magic comes from.
There are many
is
places like that, yes.
There is tale in my world of a fictional place where the magic they have is stored by the thunders in the sky, by the lightning, by the very nature of it all, and they store it in what they called batteries.
Batteries.
Oh.
Yeah, batteries. They're real.
Batteries.
Oh, this seems to be a thing that we're all in agreement about.
Batteries are real.
Yeah, but they're not that impressive that you're thinking.
Oh, they can be.
But
There are...
batteries can make these paintings come alive in 8 bytes. Or was it bits?
I don't know how you might have got word of it from your world. Perhaps there was another kind of seer or some other world hopper that might have been there. But even in this world, there are batteries. If you wish to find one, I believe that there should be a treatment plant nearby somewhere.
They did
treatment
mention
plant?
that Bartholomew seemed 100 years ahead of their time, but we thought he was an old kook.
Up to the northeast, I believe there is a city that is up on the mountains a little bit higher. I believe that they have a water treatment facility there near the dam.
Then that's where we'll go.
So batteries are real.
Do you have any traveling magic you can help us with?
At the moment, there's not really a ton that I can do without my armor. Without my armor, I can't even... She looks over to her hand where the keyblade appears in her hand. I don't think I'll even be able to transform this without my master or my armor.
Well, then we have a side quest, dear.
Speaking of, how are we gonna kill those heartless things without, like, I guess that? Or taking the orb thing we touched up there and just walking around with it? Can we get mirrors and just, like, I don't know, focus the light up there and just shoot it around the city? I think that'd be
if it's in
pretty
a
effective.
dome, that'd be a good idea.
I can think of one method.
I was going to say that you could leave it up to me, but do you have another method that can take out these heartless again, similar to this light?
I believe the light itself will be something that is mostly what I'm prepared to use. Well, not me. These 4.
Yeah, our fourth is like upstairs. He's looking. I think he said he was gonna go look at the clouds.
Currently, the four of you are connected with me, thanks to the abilities that I was able to give you, as well as the dives into each of our hearts that we all went through. Anything that is happening with me will be able to affect you as well. So, currently, while I cannot give you any more power to do anything, I believe our friend here could.
You want me to do what now?
Well, if you would share some of your magic which destroys the Heartless with us, then we will be able to, hopefully, do the same.
I was told not to hand off my Keyblade yet. He like looks over to you guys.
I mean, we have our own weapons. I don't think we need that specifically.
I also
Don't
don't
you have, like,
know
a
how we
bless thing?
divided. There's 4 of us, and there's 1 of those.
My master, he said that whenever you wish to pass on a Keyblade, it's not as if you get rid of your own. You more or less allow for another person to find theirs. You change their destiny in some way. But it's not something that I can do, unfortunately.
Oh, come now. Is it because you haven't tried it before?
It's because it would be rather irresponsible of me.
Irresponsible, my dear. We already lost our destinies. We lost our world.
Perhaps it would be better to show you.
Very well.
She brings her Keyblade up, and as she does, she turns it toward each of you. As she turns it toward each of you, she closes her eyes, and you sense, particularly Muna, you sense what appears to be this dark magic encircling her. As it happens, you find that the Keyblade in her arm seems to be generating some kind of darkness about her, until finally...
She's going evil mode!
You see an eye opening up at the apex of the blade.
Huh?
Well, that's not creepy or discomforting at all to look at.
Oh, hello.
Does it look like meat? Is it like a meat eye, or is it like...
It looks like a real eye.
Oh my god. I did not know those could happen in swords.
It is specifically not that, Cyan.
Which deity do you reign from, dear eye? Oh, I know you can't speak. But hello there, deity. Perhaps we'll meet soon.
As you see this dark red eye looking about, you notice its pupil begin to move as it has now been shown. You find that it even seems to be able to blink.
Whoa.
Aww. Look at him.
As she does that, she seems to take a knee for a second before using the blade to hold herself up. Wow, that takes a lot more out of me without my armor.
Oh, that was adorable, dear. What demon of darkness is that? Was that Hades?
No.
Is that adorable? It seemed like an eye.
Oh, yes, dear. Oh, the many stories I could tell you of eyes and flesh.
I mean, I sure hope you can. Many things have eyes and flesh.
You are far more excited about this than I think you should be.
Oh, come now, I'm a witch. What did you expect?
This is, I believe, a demon?
Oh, a demon. Oh.
And the sword?
Yes, well, it was some sort of a large, dark entity that had attacked my world before I became a Keyblade wielder, or I guess a master now.
Oh, they attacked your world, the entire of it? Oh, dear. What?
If it were not for the fact that my master and some of the other Keyblade wielders were there, my world would have been completely destroyed. And whenever it was finally defeated, this Keyblade appeared in its place and made its way to me.
Oh, I'm so sorry, dear. I had no idea. I thought they were your familiar. Oh, I'm so sorry, dear. So sorry.
I don't have much of a problem with it, though that wasn't the case at first. most of the other Keyblade wielders that were around had wanted to destroy the Keyblade, but they weren't able to do so because it would be attached to me. And a lot of them also wanted to, at that point, try to get rid of me, to get rid of the Keyblade itself, but Master Bellicose was able to convince them not to, and train me up.
Oh, that reminds me, dear. The soldiers, while we were arriving here, seemed to have issue with you. Of course, that strong-looking man there did help you out. Let me tell you, dear, as far as I've known him, he's a sweetheart.
Whenever I first came here, with Master Bellicose, we had sought some sort of audience with this planet's ruler. But whenever we had done so, they had also brought with them a seer. And, well, before I was able to tell my story, they were able to tell everyone about it as well. And I believe that the leader of this world, or the seer, or one of them, must have thought that I was keeping this a secret, at which point they thought that I was bringing the darkness with me.
Oh, I know.
Which is still very impolite, let me tell you.
Yes, I know that feeling, dear. You're never hiding it, but if they find out their own ways, they call you a liar, and, well, the worst comes to worse.
It was because of that all the negotiations broke down, and, well, I do not know what kind of broadcasting they have here, whether or not they have higher forms or not, but it did get around to everyone that I was apparently some sort of a dark witch that was bringing a lot of darkness throughout the world, and then whenever the Heartless showed up, I can only guess what they think now.
They did believe that we had to restrain you, which was preposterous considering that you could not move.
When it came to everything, we had made our return to the world because we sensed once again that it was in danger. And Master Bellicose, as soon as we had found our way near here, had charged in toward that large creature. And again, we had tried to save the dam as much as we could, but there was nothing else we could do. If it has already broken, that is strange. Master Bellicose's magic should again last at least a few days.
Which means we have a few days to fix the dam then. From what I can tell, these dark sides, these Heartless that have made their way throughout here, have retreated for now. Until they make their way back, then we are most likely only to be dealing with the small fry. My thoughts are, if you were to use that Keyblade of yours, not give it to anyone, I did not even realize that was a thing you could do. I was thinking if you could use some of the energy you had used to open this place, perhaps by shining it through me, then perhaps it would give these four the ability to defeat the darkness around them, at least temporarily.
Share my magic with you then. That's very similar to how we Keyblade wielders sometimes are able to do something similar. I could do that if all of you do not think it's a bad idea. And seeing this and all, like motions to the eye.
Dear.
I'd rather be able to defend myself than rely on any other people defending me anymore.
I'm not sure
I,
exactly
for one,
if it'll
have...
work. Go ahead.
I, for one, have no problems with this plan. I mean, I suppose that we'd have to ask our mutual friend Gilgamesh, but considering how he seems to feel about that.
I'm blank.
I mean, yeah, I feel like
Thanks, dude.
I think he's needing some time alone. He's been staring at that cloud for some time, which I don't blame him.
Still, if that thing seems to bother him, we'll surely want to fight it, and I'm assuming that we will not be able to avoid a fight with those things.
Yes, and if we're supposed to fix the dam, I think his magic will be the most useful.
I mean, we're not the ones supposed to, but I don't feel like anybody else is going to put any resources into doing it themselves at
When
this
it
point.
comes to the dam, the only thing that can take any kind of permanent action with it is by completing it with more gummy block. That is the only way to repair it. Until then, we have to rely on this powerful mage's magic, the magic that this Master Bellicose had cast upon the dam. However, I doubt that even that magic will last. You must find gummy block, and since we do not have the train, you must find it somewhere else.
Well, if need be, I think, what was it referred to? Geo-Earth? I think that would be the strongest thing to get things at least blocked for a while we look for these gummies.
Well, that's the thing, Will. Currently, it's being blocked off right now.
Okay.
Yeah, currently there is magic being cast by a much bigger magician than Gilgamesh. That
Look
is
at that
currently
curve.
keeping things up.
Gilgamesh is plenty big, okay?
He looks away for
He
one day,
large.
and you are a mean dad.
He
large and
has
in charge.
He has a basic earth spell. That's all he has.
That's all he needs. He's a powerful
may have
man.
Earth 1, but it's Earth 1 brackets dragon.
Earth 1, Gilgamesh.
It would have been nice if any of those floating pieces out in space could have fallen with us.
This world is rich in gummy block. You could potentially find them in a lot of different places. There are some that have fallen quite a long time ago and have made their ways into the dungeons of this world. You could always find them as well, being sold in certain aspects. And again, as you mentioned, there are places that mine them, both on-world and off-world.
Okay, before anything, shifts look. Alright, I have something I have to confess to you. I know how to read, and if possible, you can hide that I can read. I would like.
Congratulations, you know a basic life skill from my planet.
Is this supposed
Oh
to
yes,
be like
look who's talking. Of course you know how to read, prick.
I know how to read as well.
Probably not the language here.
Looks to what's her name?
Booyah.
I know how to read as well.
You could say that out loud.
Yeah.
I like this world.
Do you know how to read as well, Zarl?
I'd have to make sure I believe I might, but I would have to test it. Does anyone have any piece of writing in any sense?
Well, since I
Looks around the library.
Where could there be?
Where could there be any piece of
one
writing?
encyclopedic paragraph on gummy, please.
You see Michelle just look at you guys.
You will have to take a book from the shelf. I cannot do anything.
Is there at least like a ledger or something?
Oh, there it
I
is.
do not
Sorry, I
know.
could not see it over all the light. You were a very, very shining individual.
Tell me he gets shocked being right there.
Nope, he does not. You have to get inside the circle.
So, what's up with these two statues, Nico?
They're big old statues.
So, so the language I speak, is that the written word of this world, or is this a translation you gave us?
From what I have been somewhat understood about the magics of these of the many worlds, there is usually a common language throughout all worlds that, while they are somewhat different, it is more universal than one might think. That's why we're able to communicate as well as we are right now.
I wasn't gonna ask, but I was curious how I could speak the same language as a dragon and the witch here.
Zarel, you make your way over. As you do, you find lots of book.
Oh, there's a lot of them.
Is there-
Around here.
Is there any
it
book in
seems-
particular you're looking at?
Find me a book that's blue.
You try looking for a blue book. You think for a moment you find one, but it's just the reflection of the magic off of it. as you look around for a blue book. Why don't you roll me for your instinct?
Let's go, baby.
Do it.
Your
Can
insight,
you
my bad.
please find Franz Kafka?
Can I tell you that having 4 minus 4 insight is the funniest thing I've ever done? I'm having so much fun.
I shouldn't even have you roll this, but I think it's funny as hell. A 2.
See?
For a moment, you try to find some kind of a blue book. Again, you think you do for a moment as you pull it off the shelf, and then you realize it's just the reflection of the magic. You put it back. You think you find another one. You pull it back. Oh, it's just a reflection of the magic. You put it back. Oh, you pick another one. No, that's definitely not it. It's just a reflection of the magic. Anyway, you get called out by Muna.
What's going on?
What are you doing?
I'm trying to find a blue book.
We sorted by alphabet, dear.
Well, I was looking for a blue book.
Curse you, Dewey.
Zorel, blue dye is a lot more rare than you would expect.
Oh, by the way, Muna, you see a blue book immediately.
A royal book.
You see, it's like eye level
What?
to Zorel.
That cannot be. It was simply a reflection of the light, Muna. If you take it out, it will show that it is simply a brown book like all the others.
Perhaps my dark magic can break the reflection. Just takes it out, but wiggles her fingers first.
It is still blue whenever you bring it out.
Here you go, Zorel.
It appears to be a book entitled Recipes of Cherish.
You know what?
It seems the power of your dark magic truly is that powerful to break a reflection and encase it into a book.
Also, Zarl, you read it. you
I
read
also
you read the
can
title.
Read. Darling, it seems you can read. Why don't you read that over there? I'm going to look for the books on gummies up. Oh, wait, hold on. Look to the top shelves to see if any books on gummies are there to see if I need Zorel's height.
If you look above you, Will, if you look, you can probably see when it comes to the books. You can probably see like as far as like this shelf, and that's like the high shelf for you. And then there's all these other shelves.
All right. Out of character question:
What's up?
is there a bell musical ladder?
I can't get rid of the dot. I can't get rid of the
Well,
dot.
there's this here.
There, got it. There is a ladder. There's a ladder over there. It's not like a bell ladder, but it is a nice ladder. Has a little
It's
wheel
got
on it.
wheels.
Yeah.
Zorel, before you read, make sure I do not fall.
Okay, he grabs you by like the shoulders.
Not yet.
Okay, puts him back.
Let me climb first, and if I start falling, catch me. Where'd I go?
I moved you over
You
here
have
toward the
moved to the
ladder.
ladder, my friend.
Oh, I see. I didn't see that ladder there. Okay.
By the way,
Now-
Hibiki, you asked about the two statues here.
Yeah.
They are apparently depicting 2 women in cloth.
Anything particularly special about these women in cloth statues?
No, not entirely. I believe these are statues of some of the ones who had owned this library beforehand. Though at the moment, I believe that both of them have very much long past. They could have been cherished, or they could have been off-worlders, or maybe even just descendants of those who have been throughout this place. I did not know much of this place before I was locked away here.
It's kind of weird to pick a library to lock someone in, but I guess if it's special like this, then...
The weirdest part is that he had access to this place at all, but that I'll have to figure out about him whenever we confront him, if we do. So, Booyah, if you would not mind, do you think you could attempt?
While they're reading, yes, I guess I will, if all of you are fine with it. I will promise that I will not do any harm to you.
Technically, in the long run, if we're fighting, harm will come to us.
Well, that is from
That's
other
semantics.
things.
But that is literally semantics, and I am pulling your leg.
You see them bring the Keyblade to them. They point it off toward the center of this maelstrom of pages. As they do, you see yet again another little beam of light come out from the sword. Upon doing so, Zarl and Muna, you guys are looking at some high shelves, looking for some things, looking for some books. There are so many fucking books here.
I will say, there's a lot of books. I don't know. It feels like there's a lot of them.
Oh, how absurd. Their name is Monkey D, Luffy. What does the D mean? No, wrong gum. Okay. Gummy.
Well, roll me for your insight.
Roll for One Piece.
Roll for One Piece. Yayo.
You have a 3. You're pretty good with it.
Accidentally get into One Piece.
You're pretty good with it, Will. You have a 3. You can do it. I believe in you.
I don't. Let's go. Whee! I believe in you, Dice Tower.
That's an 11 altogether. As you're looking around, other than the One Piece volume you just looked at, you notice that there are at least about 30 other One Piece volumes.
Rather long, but being from an age where we have sticks and hoops as entertainment, I'd probably be able to read that a lot.
Whenever you open it up as well, there doesn't appear to be any depicted there.
What was that?
There doesn't appear to be any depicted there.
There's a lot of words here. And yet the words are separated.
That is so funny, actually.
I don't... What is a shanks?
Muna, what are you looking at?
I don't know.
No, great. Now you're in my ballpark.
We'll use it for the next roll, guys. I didn't notice he had
You know
one.
what a ballpark is?
Yeah, dude, I went to the store. What did you tell me about
Jamie.
As you guys are doing that, as you guys are looking at the One Piece volumes without any of their anyway, the light does strike above where Michelle is. For a moment, you guys see that the actual maelstrom of light seems to somewhat stall as some of the pages fall to the ground and actually touch. You see, for a brief second, Michelle's eyes go wide as he seems to just flop down and land onto the ground below.
Wow. At this. Oh, here it goes.
As, for a moment, he gets a brief respite. However, the maelstrom immediately starts back up.
Is everything okay there, darlings?
He felt 5 seconds of non-pain.
It's like, oh, there it goes. As you guys see, the light around Michelle does seem to somewhat come back. The pages begin to lift and twist and rip once again from the center and recombine themselves once more. As Michelle floats up for a moment, he gives a sigh.
That was briefly wonderful, thank you.
I'm sorry, I could do it again.
No, I believe that will just make things a little harder to go back to. Thank you, though. Sorry. I do feel that the light that you have hit me with, it is wondrous. Yes, I believe I can use this. Hold on.
You know, Muna's not going to comment on this, but I, out of character, is gonna comment how out of context this sounds very sexual.
Yeah, it's super sexual. Hit me with your blade, baby.
Hit me with that
Your
blade.
best shot.
Peg me,
I do
booyah.
love me. I do love me some T-girl supremacy.
Some light pegging. You know?
Peg me.
Sorry for the low-hanging fruit, by the way, but Muna's gonna go, I don't know about this One Piece without But this hunter's really good.
You don't even need the picture for the hunter to enjoy it.
It's fine. It's fine. Beside each manga volume, there's a light novel volume.
There you go.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway.
What's the kill team? Oh, a Doulahan. I know Doulahans. I had a friend who was a Doulahan.
As for a moment, Michel does seem to close his eyes, the pages behind him seemingly flickering and moving all about themselves. The three of you, plus one up above, will start to feel a strange sensation going through you. As for a moment, Muna, you in particular would feel that the magic that you have seemed locked inside of you seems to somewhat kick up again. As you're holding on to this book entitled Fruits Basket, you do find that the darkness inside of you somewhat begins to let a bit more of a presence, feel a bit more present inside of you. Hibiki, you in general would notice that not the light really coursing through your veins or anything, but you would note that your coin upon your neck begins to give off a bright glow for the duration.
Hmm.
And Zarl, you would see a -4 above your head and not notice anything.
Oh, there's something again. Oh, there's gone.
Oh, cool. Now it's glowing.
Look down. Zarl, dear, did you feel that?
Feel what? The
You
air's
just
really
look down
nice.
and you see Zarl just glowing. He's like, feel what?
like you see all the blue patches on him? That's all glowing.
Feel what?
Nothing else.
Oh, dear, what's going on with you?
Nothing. Did I do something?
You would note that it would immediately stop glowing after a bit. After
Well,
after like 30 seconds, it would stop glowing.
I'll have to check with that.
You see,
like-
you see over by the three over here. They're just kind of like looking at you guys.
Looks to Fruits Basket. A forbidden tome. Puts it back.
I will find out your secrets, Kyo.
The 13th is zodiac sign.
Wow, they are very carefree during all this.
I suppose they must be used to magic.
One's used to magic, one's used to everything.
Everything's
I will say, Muna, you would find that if you were to look around through every book here, it would take you far longer than the couple of days you've been permitted that the dam would stay alive.
All right. I know when I have been defeated. Is there a librarian around here?
Yes, she is not here at the moment, however. They're the one that is in charge of this place. The one that has been bringing me news from the outside.
You mentioned that. Do you know where they are at the moment?
Most likely, since everything has gone the way it has, they are either trying to save refugees, or perhaps they have tried looking out for their sisters.
Well, for now, I'm going to see... I would like to see words when it comes to gummies, but I suppose word of mouth is going to have to do for now.
I do not know exactly where you can find a good number of gummies altogether, but like I mentioned, you could potentially find them in dungeons. There are some who mine them. Perhaps there are some that stockpile them as well. Maybe somewhere throughout here in some of the manors of those that are of a higher quality or of a higher standard of living could potentially have some hidden within them. You could maybe even find some sort of a bank around that may have something similar to that, as it is a rather defensive material.
And I'm not going back to any dungeon anytime soon. Sorrel, catch me.
Oh,
If there are banks,
Do you use
I
around?
guess.
I mean,
you
she
catch
said I
them?
was going to. She was gonna catch her, so I'm gotta catch her.
Alright, good. I won't make
All
you
right, you can focus on your book now.
So if there are banks, I guess if any of us had currency, we could maybe have gotten this world's currency in exchange for it, however that exchange rate could possibly ever work.
You would need your own account, though, to be fair, it may be hard for all of you to get one now, especially, but banks are extremely useful.
Oh, so it's money we need.
Potentially,
then.
if we don't want to go into dungeons, like you don't want to, it seems.
If you would be trying to get them from other people, money would be good to use for them. One moment. Hibiki,
Yeah?
if you would be so kind, there is a slight cache of things off to the side of the area where you had made your way up before.
You see him look over toward the section that that you guys would have went up into the top of the tower here.
No, sure. I'll go see if I can find what you said.
You make your way over. First things first, you would find that the elevator is already all the way up. The little pulley elevator that was there with Gilgamesh.
I
However,
like to imagine there's a moment where both of us are pulling on the rope so he can stay up, and I'm trying to go make it come down.
However, looking about the area, you would find that there is a small room off to the side from where you are. You go to open said door. As you do, there is a strong light along the handle as you go to grab it, as you hear a clicking sound.
Oh, cool! I can unlock doors now. Neat.
Upon opening said door, you do find that there is there appears to be a small closet of some kind. Looking around, you see that there are different kinds of materials for cleaning, as well as you see that there are some empty boxes and things of that nature. One thing that catches your eye is you do find that there is what appear to be some kind of chips on the top hand of this place. Chips as in like computer chips. As you look them over, they seem very out of place among the broom and buckets and other things that are around here.
He will grab those. He supposes because these are the only things that would be out of place here.
You see that there appears to be 5 of them.
He will grab all 5.
You grab
We'll
them,
bring them back over.
and as you return, you show off these chips in front of the others. Upon doing
Weird computer chips.
You did find them. Good, I was hoping that she had not hid them from me. Though I guess hiding things from me when I can't move is irrelevant.
The lock on the door kind of just opened for me.
Oh, that was me.
Oh, okay.
There are certain places inside of this library that I have access to now. Though I can't make my way there myself, you will be able to make your way there for me if you wish. For example, I cannot open the doorway off to the right there.
As he motions over toward this door over here.
I
Currently, it
can't
is-
imagine it's another elevator.
Currently, it is beyond my power. I am not able to let you inside of there. Perhaps whenever I gain more of my strength, but for now, why don't you hand off each of those to our friends here, and keep one for Gilgamesh as well, or I guess you can place it here in case he comes by.
I'll hold on to it for now, I guess, and hand it off to him when I can. Here you go. He doesn't even really think about it, handing one off to Booyah, and he goes over, hands it off to Zarel finally. Obviously, he gave it to Muna.
We'll get these.
Oh, what?
You guys will get your little money chips.
Money chip.
Money.
Well, with that, I don't know necessarily how currency works here, but I do know how to obtain some. It's got to be an old way of doing it back before my deal with Hades, but a girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do.
You will
Does
find.
anyone want to join me?
What? He didn't hear you. What?
From where?
The last, minute. I could not hear you. I
Okay.
heard you far away.
Sorry about that. Boop. Is that better?
That is better.
All right, so I don't know much about the economy here, but I do know how to obtain it. Does anyone want to help me? I have to do some tricks I haven't done since before Hades, but a girl's got to do what they've got to do.
Are those
It
tricks
might-
something you can do relatively quickly? Because we do still need to look for more gummy block more than anything.
Well, would the money help us get the gummy blocks?
Well, does this already have money attached to them?
There is some money already inside. These are connected
Oh.
with my account.
Oh, starting off stronger than when I left.
I can't imagine your account being able to have interest over the however long you've been in there.
I doubt there's even much in there to begin with. To be fair, most likely, given the time that I have been gone, it has been depreciating more than anything. That being said,
You guys would look to the little chips. Upon doing so, you would feel just the essence of them. You would be able to somewhat tell just by looking through them. I want each of you, since currently we have this one over here that has 2,000 on it, thanks to a donation that came in. Each of you will have 500 on yours.
It's so fucking funny that we're all just connected to his fucking bank account. Could you imagine if a guy just showed up to you and he's like, "Here's my PayPal."
God, these seem far more useful than just the credit cards back in my world.
So, how fast do I need to be? I think I could do an hour from here.
I
what exactly
don't
are
even
you
want
trying
to
to
know
do?
what you mean.
What exactly are you trying to do?
Entertainment. I'm going to. Everyone here seems to be a bit panicked, a bit unsure of themselves. But, well, I wish I had my tarot deck, but there are many ways I can entertain.
The what?
Entertainment, dear.
No, I know what entertainment is. You mentioned something about a deck?
Yes, tarot cards. Well, I could use playing cards as well, though it's less effective.
So
Do you-
gambling?
Oh, I could
Yeah.
do gambling as well.
I think
So,
they're trying to see if they can do entertainment for a donation.
Oh, so they use these
Hmm.
cards to entertain people.
Yes.
I thought you stored some sort of magic in there, but I suppose that would be weird to put magic in a deck.
Well, all the magic I know is fire, and I don't know how to control this fire enough to make rings or dragons yet. But I do have my old ways before I made the deal. I had to start from nothing after all, so I've
Well,
known how to entertain and swindle.
If you
Though
are
I'll do
planning
less
on
of the
doing
swindling.
something like that, I think that I should make my way out of here. I do still think that there are people out there who need help, so I don't wish to stay here if I can go and try to fight against the darkness.
All right.
If,
That's pretty
if,
fair. You seem like you could probably get around quicker than a group of us.
if
on your
any
own.
of you, if any of you have any problems, be sure to look for me. Though I guess I can make my way back here whenever I need. The main
Mhm.
issue I would say is if you can deal with the Heartless, that is another way of getting money as well.
Oh, why didn't you say so? Let's go. Let's
Really?
destroy some of these demons.
Yes, in fact, whenever you destroy them, sometimes they drop items, sometimes money. They seem to take things from a lot of people. They just kind of take whatever they find lying around, as well as other things about. It's pretty common to find some of them with at least as much money as we have on these right now.
What are we waiting for, dear? Show us how to fight.
I'm going to say I'm not feeling too fantastic for fighting right now.
Yeah, it
Then-
looks as if you guys
There's just
have-
like a big pointer mark to the gigantic board mark on his chest.
You guys also, you would have known that upon coming to this world, you guys also nearly drowned. At the moment, you guys are a little bit worse for wear, a little bit tired. Trying to maybe talk amongst people here or go for a rest would most likely be the best thing for you guys right now to recuperate your strength, especially Zarel, who is taking quite a lot of damage.
See, maybe I didn't drown, but man, this hurts.
First time feeling pain. This isn't very nice.
All right. Guess I got a bit ahead of myself. You do well on your own, dear.
Yes, of course. I'll hopefully come back at first light if I can. If there's anything out there that is stopping me from getting here, I guess I'll try to send some kind of word, but I should be back by first light.
Gonna do that thing where I'm not directly kissing like the cheek or anything, but I'm doing kiss beside the head each side.
Oh. You do that, do kiss 1, kiss 2, and they go, hello.
I'm sorry, was that too much for you?
Oh, no, of course not. You are... What was that, though?
That was just a farewell.
Oh, well then. They do the same for you. Only as they go down to kiss at each cheek, they did not realize that they have to almost kiss, so they kiss each cheek. Farewell to you as well.
You're getting a bit too intimate there, if you want to know.
I was?
Yes.
Oh, that's my bad. I'm very sorry.
Oh, not at all, not at all. If you intended it, it almost worked.
Well, I will make my way away. If any of you need anything, do not hesitate to look for me.
Farewell.
Especially,
Troubles, boy, yeah.
especially at night, I should be decently easy to find. Though, I guess that could be here or there. You see them put their arm out toward their keyblade that was on the ground and just seems to come toward them. As they do, they start to make their way out. You do note, as they do go to leave, the people from the different sides of the area, some of them will be staring at them as they go. Getting to the edge, she seems to have a slight talk with Scott for a moment before he goes forward and opens the doors for them as she goes to leave.
And there she go.
Oh, don't worry, Zarel. I'm just teasing her.
Huh? Worry about what?
She seemed pretty unfazed.
Oh, she was. I'm just making Zarel know you don't have to worry about me. I'm not going after her. That's just the way I am.
I mean, you're not going after her. You're right here.
Oh, you sweet summer child. Ooh, starts pinching his cheek.
How did you reach up there?
Technically, it'd probably be more of a winter child. It is winter here.
Is it already winter? I have not been told if there is any snowfall yet.
Not yet, as far as I've seen. Though, do you know much about the fountain out front?
The fountain?
Yeah.
No.
Again,
I do not know much about any of this place. The statues around us, the books behind us. I do not know a lot of this place.
So obviously I'm from off-world, but when I touched the this coin here to the fountain because it felt something from it, it released water, and I guess that water had aging properties because she came here completely broken and she's now fully walking on her own.
That explains why she does not seem as tired as all of you. I had heard that she had hurt herself and got into that fight with that dark side, but she seemed rather chipper.
Yeah.
Yeah, the water seems to have healed her very slowly, very quickly, if that makes any sense.
You're saying through some kind of aging process, she was able to be healed.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I'll keep that in mind for later, though when it comes to that thing around your neck, that was around you whenever I had called out with you. I believe that it has some sort of attunation with elemental magics.
Well, I guess that makes sense. It's if I'm remembering right, I think they were saying it's like a primal coin or something like that.
I guess
Unless
it
it's
could
what
be
the-
in tune with the primal energies. That being said, the term primal is not usually used much here for elemental purposes, though there are some other uses of such words throughout the history of Cherish, though That would be something for an entirely different time. I did mention to you when you came to me, but my time in this form is fleeting. I was able to stay in it for quite a while thanks to you unlocking a bit more of my power, and through the use of that Keyblade wielder giving me some of theirs. But I will have to return to my confines at least for a couple of hours.
That makes sense. Oh.
Do not worry, I do not make any noise. You will not have to hear me through any of it. Don't worry, you won't hear me screaming.
Yeah, it's like faking it when it's like, oh, understood.
Yeah.
Until then, is there anything you wish to know before I take my leave? I know that being on this new world is extremely scary, being as there are completely different terms, as we saw with Muna. The fact that you can get away with certain things here that you couldn't on your own, or maybe there are some things that are illegal here that would not be on your own places. The fact that you are going into a completely different place is very, well, understandably scary. So I can be here to help with any sort of transition you need. And if you do not have anything, then you can always ask me some other time.
It might be frivolous, but how big is this world on sports?
I believe that there are some sports that were going on whenever I was still around, though I do not know entirely if any of them have kept going over the years. It is not something that she tells me about.
I kind of figured, what with being, well, this place is a bit of a nerdy place.
I believe that the only thing that I know of, or at least that I followed whenever I was in a different form, was there was a sport called Struggle that was pretty well played around the area.
Struggle, huh? Perhaps I'll look around and see if I can find the sports section in this place. Maybe find out more about it.
If I can remember anything, I will let you know. You were saying something, Zara.
I was saying I could not think of I mean, I suppose I cannot think of a lot of things. There's not a lot I know. Is there anything about what would they? The words at the top of my tongue. It's what you say when you want to be polite to someone else.
Oh, you're asking if there are any specific greetings or anything you should have to say to anyone?
Yes, exactly.
As far as any specific greetings, verbiage changes over time, unfortunately. I can only tell you things that were in popularity whenever I was around. You could, if you wish to go and speak with somebody of a similar station to you, you could find yourself going to them and saying, hello, Hawkman.
Hawkman?
Yes, I believe that was something somebody used to tell me, though I believe that was an off-worlder. I did try to take the verbiage for myself. It was rather unique. So I used to go up to people and go, Flameo, Hotman.
Flameo Hotman?
Yes.
Alright, I think I mean, I'm not supposed I don't like the fact that it's there's a lot of fire in there, but, you know, I mean, if it's this place is, you know, I suppose if it's a nice phrase, then I don't see any reason to not use it.
I do not know if it has taken any popularity since I've been imprisoned here, but it should.
You know what? I believe this could work. I believe I can make this work. I will make sure to test it.
I feel like
Thank
I'm
you,
missing
Mark.
something.
I believe that Flameo would be how you would be greeting someone, like Flameo, and then Hotman being a term of endearment for someone.
So Flameo is the first one, and then Hotman will be used with someone you are endeared to?
I suppose, or I guess someone you wish to say nice things about. You're calling them hotmen because they are, well, they are rather unique and, well, I guess they are, as some people would say, attractive.
Ah,
Hotmen.
all right, I understand now.
Do you come from an infernal world?
Oh, as I mentioned, this was an off-worlder who showed this to me.
Maybe they came from an infernal world.
From... Well, either way.
I will let you know that though I am no Cherish, my form was one that came from this world.
Do you have any props or anything around here?
Again, this is not something that I would unfortunately know. I do not know much of anything besides what I have already given all of you.
Well, there is a broom in the closet.
There is a broom in the closet.
You are a witch after all, which is like brooms, right?
I can't fly yet.
I doubt you can fly with this one.
You can fly with brooms?
A bit of palm reading wouldn't hurt. Let's see, do some
With the broom?
It appears that I am at my limit. So,
Oh,
until the morn, flameo, Hotman.
Flamio Hoffman.
Flameo.
No, Hotman.
You guys see the book recede further into the center, and then immediately you would find that the cover and the pages inside of it would separate and shred and fly about in the maelstrom of paper about the area.
I feel bad for him, but
Well, what else is there to feel bad about? If we are going to be attempting to, I suppose, light more of those beacons, then it's a win-win.
I mean, it's
Don't feel bad. Feel we need to help him sooner.
Typically in stories from my world, you would typically have to trust something like some being trapped in a magical sealed thing with a heavy grain of salt.
I suppose, but I believe I have trust in our friend Michelle.
He has
At the
it a
very
lot.
least, us being here, I suppose, is reason enough, is it not?
I do feel somewhat indebted to them for this second chance.
Eh? What do you say, Hibiki?
Granted that we're trying to help the people and doing the one thing is going to help them anyway, I don't see why I would fight against it.
That's the spirit. See, we're getting along already.
You guys would note,
Right.
as you guys would have turned away and are now talking with yourselves, once Michelle had disappeared, you do find that people are moving about, and you see that Scott is moving towards you, but seems to have stopped a little bit away from you, as if waiting for you to be done with your conversation before approaching.
Scott, just the man I wanted to see.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there
okay,
we go.
alright.
Let's go see. Yep.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, you're not interrupting at all, dear.
It's fine.
You had.
I knew that you were talking with your book there, so I didn't want to interrupt too much.
Is
Yeah.
that possible in this world, or?
Oh, the book thing? No, not really, though I have
Knew
been
it.
told that there was, some sort of magic that could make someone talk through inanimate objects.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Either way, Scott, you first. What did you want? I have something after.
I was hoping that you guys would know if there were any cots around here for anybody, so that we could have people start resting. Some people seem to want to make their way outside to rest, though those creatures seem to have been destroyed out there. I can't see why we shouldn't allow them out.
Hibiki, did you see any room?
I saw a closet with a broom and a bucket.
There is a closet, a room of a bucket.
But other than that, I'm pretty sure
we
I'm
wouldn't
guessing
take that
these are
closet
ladders.
away from you.
He smiles.
I know. My world just lives in closets, you know? It's been so weird being in such open places.
You would be a closet case, you.
You don't know what I am.
Either way, what I mostly wanted to bring up is that the people here are tired, and you guys seem tired too, since you're the ones that actually let us out onto this place, and since you're the ones that actually, well, were the ones to put into that old legend and get us in here. I think you guys should have first dibs. If you knew of anywhere for anybody to sleep, I was gonna let you pick first. I do think that I'm gonna stay up through most of the night and look out from the main entrance and try to call anybody in if they go by.
Well, I don't know about these two, but the night is where I like to stay awake for a while, and I can at least help you with a bit of your night watch before I have to rest.
I wouldn't mind, but just letting you know, I'm most likely going to be staying up for most of the night.
I probably won't be most of the night, but I'll at least keep you company for a little bit.
Sure thing.
I was actually wondering about the entertainment of this world.
Oh, yeah, I can tell you about some things.
Yes, with everyone restless, I want to see if I can help them out.
You see him look back toward some of the others around here. After everything that happened tonight, I'm not sure anybody's really in the mood for much things right now, but if you plan to do anything for them later, I'm sure they'd be willing to pay attention.
Of course. That's why I want to talk to you about it, get ready for it. I can't do everything now. I mean, if I wanted to do if I wanted to use tarot readings, what am I going to use? The One Piece?
Does anyone hear the crickets right now?
Laugh track ensues.
You see that as he...
crickets, but I think the soundboard has been nuked from this.
You see that as he looks forward toward you guys, he does seem to look back. I'm not sure exactly what everybody's gonna be like, to be fair. Some people here might have lost some people, or some people here may have lost a lot of their possessions and other such things. I mean, to be fair, most everybody here looks like they came from the lower city, which means that they must have lost quite a bit. Everything they must have had.
I don't know if Booya mentioned it, but apparently her master was able to cast a spell on the dam. We think that we have a couple days before it completely bursts and floods the lower city.
Oh, so that must have been just an initial wave then.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever we had seen everything go down, there was a large amount of water that went over the rivers around this place. The lower city is, well, really a bunch of segmented islands around to the south of this place. They are extremely prone to flooding. Most of the businesses move from the lower city to the mainland, well, mostly mainland area here in the middle city, but the only place that's truly going to be free from any water damage is most likely the upper city up on the mountain. And of course, the kingdom at the top of the tree.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how any of the little settlements around the places might have fared, but I don't think that they should have mostly been away from the wreckage, though the Heartless still might be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
That being said,
you wouldn't happen to... You mentioned that you had like a cache of stuff. You wouldn't be sitting on a mountain of gummy block, would you?
Unfortunately not, but why you need gummy block?
Judging with everything happening here, we doubt anybody's going to be able to actually put forth any attention towards the dam at this point. So we were thinking of taking it in our own hands and trying to find a way to stop it from flooding.
Yes, attempting to repair the dam in some way. Right now it seems to be mostly held up with someone else's
magic ice spell?
Correct.
Well, gummy block's the only thing that can adhere to gummy blocks, so that's probably gonna be a bit of a problem in the late run. But if you're looking for gummy block, I'd say you need to talk to some of the nobles. They might have some idea.
But if you're looking for something in any kind of bulk, you'd probably want to make your way over toward where the activists are. If anybody's been prepared for a doomsday, it's them. That's why most people wanted to make their way there before you guys showed up. Like I said,
So they were prepared.
Like I said, they love things from other worlds, and they love to change them, mess about with them, and have them, well, work for them. One reason that I don't really like them, as I mentioned before, is they are using some of the tech from my world, and I'm not entirely sure that anybody should have their hands on it, especially how they plan to use it. That being said, if anybody has a large cache of gummy block, it's going to be them.
And I'm sure it's probably not going to be cheap either.
I mean, everybody wants to get that dam settled. If you could make a good argument for it, you might be able to get it for free from them. They are a group that are trying to save the lower city, after all. So, out of anybody, they'd be the ones that most want to fix that bridge, or fix that dam.
And depending how good we are, price won't be too much of an issue much longer.
Just be careful if you do make your way over to them. You guys may be strong, and these guys may not be those heartless, so you could probably at least stick it to them a little bit, but it isn't just my tech that they got stuff from. But even if it was just them, those suits aren't anything to scoff at.
I'll definitely have to keep this coin close to my heart then. I don't want them fucking with this any more than I would.
I mean, I suppose it is already close to your heart.
If that's something that's important to you, I'd suggest tucking it in your shirt, yeah.
Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on you.
Oh, I've got a bunch of chains in case they try. That should fuck them up a little bit.
Speaking of tucking it in your shirt, there is one person here that I'd like to have a bit of a word with, though I don't really think that I'm the best person for it. Again, I've maybe have a bit of a reputation about me of being in the militia around this place, but I'd rather not make them feel like they're
Singled out.
like they need to be singled out. Yeah. That one that you guys brought in, the one that was that I had to end up healing up, looks like they stole something from the other two you brought in. I didn't want to mention it while we were walking by, but I saw them with a bit of a glint in their eye and take some from some of their bags.
Now, which one?
The one you guys brought in that I healed up. He points
The one
over
that we
toward
lifted up.
He points over toward the woman in the cloak over here.
I might have noticed something too. They did lose a frying pan.
Well, I guess I should have a word with them.
Aren't you gonna come with me?
Choose, Spider-Man.
Of course I will, but I'm gonna have a word with them first. Believe me, I've dealt with that type in my world a lot, so...
Well, like I said, I'm gonna be making my way out of here, so if you're not coming out there, I'm gonna be stepping outside and trying to get more refugees to come in.
Sounds like a plan. I'll help you in a bit, dear.
He's saying he's leaving. Like, outside of the gate.
He's going out into the city and he's going to do...
Go.
Yeah.
He's basically doing what Booyah
He's going to go to the ghost zone.
Go to the ghost
Yeah,
zone.
that's
You
why
leaving.
misunderstood. I thought you were staying in here and
he was
defending-
going
Okay,
to stay and talk with you for a bit, but he's mostly wanting to go outside and start pointing people to come back here.
He's a single father and he's getting the milk. Like, he's
I
gone.
might see you later then.
All right.
For now, I have some things to do here first.
Until then. He looks off to you guys. If there's anything else I can do for you while I'm out.
Anything else? I cannot think of anything, Hibiki.
At the moment, my head is kind of splitting from a massive headache from this entire day. I can't think straight of anything else I could need at this moment.
All right. I'll see you guys in a bit then.
All right, Scott. Be
He
safe
makes
out
his way
there.
He makes his way away. He gives you guys a wave behind him.
as Scott will leave and go out the main gates. Fighting a
If you-
monstrous horde of Heartless!
Oh my god! He's having to shoot up!
It's fine. It's fine. When Scott watched as Booyah hit the light at this thing, part of the particles split off and shot him in his heart.
The dark,
and now
the
he
dark
too
particles.
has the power of light.
The darkicles.
The dark.
No!
And now he can kill the
No.
Heartless with his pea shooter.
Now,
No!
you two, I know this is a very sensitive topic, but I would like to speak with them alone, if you don't mind.
Sure,
Was the
go ahead.
person who stole a frying pan?
Yes, dear.
Why would you need to speak to them alone?
I have my ways.
Believe me, I've already tried talking to people today and it did not go over well.
I believe that people do have their ways of talking. I don't believe I am following.
Just, you get yourself settled, alright?
All right. Well, go ahead with whatever you need to do, Muna.
Thank you very much.
Muna is going to make their way over and try to speak with them. What about the two of you? You guys want to do anything before going and trying to find somewhere to rest up?
I will go talk to the merchant pair and see if he can ask about the prices of gummy pop.
You will go to make your way off toward them. What about you?
I still have this book I want to read.
You want to read the cookbook?
Yeah.
You go over here and you sit down. You put on little reading glasses you find in front of you.
I
can't see.
It turns out I'm short-sighted. That actually explains a lot.
No, you can't see out of them very well. You just poke your thumbs in them. You get rid of the lenses.
There you go. All
They
problems
drop to
solved.
the ground and shatter. He's like, oops.
Oh. Well, nobody needed those. It's fine.
My glasses, I can't see without my glasses.
Why would you put things that make you see worse than them?
As you sit there and start going over the Cherished recipe book, you would find that. Let's go over to Muna really quick. Muna, as you would go to make your way over toward the person who is off and away from you, they would be sitting over by the corner of the tall area here. You would need to go up from the little stairs that would be off underneath this aranya to basically go hiya and then hiya. But you would mostly get back through there. You get all the way over toward where they would be at. Upon getting there, they do seem to be sitting, looking forward, and just kind of seeing if they can find a good place for them to rest for the night as you approach them. Oh, hello.
Hello, dear. Can you come over here, please?
Over where? Over there?
Over to me, please.
Sure, why not? There we go. Hey, what's up?
Hand over shoulder. You were found out.
Found out?
Look, we both know what you did, and I don't mind it, but you were found out by someone that does mind it.
I have no idea what you mean.
The frying pan, dear.
What? I don't have any such thing.
You don't need to play this with me.
Oh, you're talking about the thing that I bought.
You bought.
They seem to make their way off to the side where there is a small bag. As they open it up, they pull out what appears to be a small frying pan. Oh yeah, it's right here.
You bought it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Come now.
Hmm?
Was there an exchange that was silently given to the two of you?
Two of us? What are you talking about? I've had this for a long time. Oh, does it look like something someone else has?
That's something that someone used to have, yes.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't really have a lot of use for it if you want to take this over to them.
Oh, I don't mind. I don't care about that, dear.
I mean, if they really are missing something like that, I mean, I could probably just hand it over for a little bit of a price.
Oh, that'll make you found even faster. You know this.
Hmm?
Come now.
You're insinuating a lot of things, and I'm not sure that I understand. But again, I'm really happy that you guys were able to get me up and do everything you did for me, so if I can help out by handing this over, then I will.
You honestly believe the words you're saying?
They look to you, they tilt their head.
Dear, when did you buy this?
I bought it a couple of days ago, I think. Though, I mean, with everything going on, I can't really tell you when or where.
All right, and when you bought this item, I'll amuse you. How much did you spend on it?
Like I said, I can't really tell you when or where, but I looked over to it. It was a bit of a steal for the price.
It was a 5% discount, dude.
Muna raises an eyebrow. You're really using that wording with me.
Tilt's head, looks at you.
This is really cute. Look,
Yeah, all the
forget
details are kind of sweeping away from me at the moment. I mean, with the apocalypse and all.
I'm not going to get you to return it if that's what you're worried about.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't think the store is around anymore, so returning it would be hard. But thanks.
So, that aside, what have you been doing for your, to obtain money?
Oh, well, my brother mostly works, for money, so I can't really say much other than that. I mostly just go around and, well, I don't really like to admit it, but whenever I go to get money, I usually just, well, sit down and people give me money sometimes.
Sit down and people give you money?
Yeah. Sometimes they give me other things too, but it's mostly money.
Muna's going to inspect her face.
Roll me for your insight.
Alright. Because that wording seems sus. Come on, Dice Tower, I believe in you.
We believe in you, Dice Tower. And you have a fleeting this time, because you had a fleeting last time, but I didn't notice. Got a 2, so roll one more time.
They just wanted to show the fleeting. They wanted to make sure they didn't have 20 so the fleeting could do this.
That's a 14. That's pretty good. Altogether, that's a 17, I believe, with your insight. Yes. You look to them. As you do find, as you're looking at them, they don't seem to have much of an understanding as to what you're talking about. Either that or they are incredibly good at hiding their emotions and their way of thinking. As you look to them, you can't tell if they have any kind of tell for a lie or whatever, but you also can definitely check that there's more to them than what they're saying.
All right. Have a seat, why don't you?
Oh,
Why
thank you.
don't you show me how you have this usual transaction? What usually happens?
All right. So you'll have to help me out with it. Is that okay?
Of course.
All right. So I would normally sit over here as they go up against the thing and they look up to you. Now, for demonstration purposes, can you hand me 100 money?
That's very funny.
Well, I can't
How
show you if
about
I don't.
You said other things as well, so
Oh,
how
yeah,
about
definitely.
this wand?
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Do you want to?
No.
You see them hold their hands out as they're sitting there looking up at you.
All right, here you go.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. They smile at you.
All right, now hand it back.
They hand it back.
Okay, what you're describing to me is...
I mean,
hold on.
if you're gonna make me say it, I guess I beg.
That was what I was afraid of.
Like I said, my brother makes some money for us down at the docks, but a lot of the time he doesn't really keep work. Sometimes they get on him for not showing up a lot. And, well, because of that, he's really hard to pin down in certain times. He's also sometimes been shown to be a bit of a klepto.
Is your brother here?
He should be around somewhere, but not right now. I mean, I'm right here. And if he was here, he'd be with me, right?
Is this brother in the room with us right now?
Because, from what we witnessed, there seemed to be a bit of kleptomania earlier today.
Oh, I'm very sorry. I guess a lot of people like to take advantage of the situation, huh?
Tell me, did we understand it as kleptomania? Or if we showed that pan to the man, they would see it as something they gave you?
I mean, if you show it to them, it's a pretty normal-looking pan. If it's something like what they lost, then they can have it back. But again, I mean, I got this the other day, so...
Again, we're not talking about returning right now. What I'm trying to understand is this whole scenario with you.
I'm not following.
You're saying that you are, excuse me for saying it so bluntly, a beggar.
Yeah, it's a little embarrassing.
Yes, and from what we saw, there was a glint, and an item had been taken.
A glint?
Yes, a glint in your eye.
Oh, in my eye. I don't know about that, but I don't know. I don't think I've seen them carrying anything like that.
It's just a shame, because personally, I have some expensive items myself that I want to keep safe.
Well, I can hold on to them for you if you want. Smiles.
No. Right now, they're in my glove, and when I go to sleep later today, I need to make sure that whatever's in my glove is still there.
Gotcha.
And have you ever... Your brother, would you say you're close?
Yeah, I mean, he's my brother. We're kind of the only two we have in the world anymore.
But have you seen your brother do their work?
Down at the docks? No, I don't really like going around there. There's not a lot of people to really be very generous down there, just a bunch of hard workers who like to keep their eyes forward, you know? So I'm usually off in the middle or the upper city.
Can you do another scenario for me?
Oh, of course.
When your brother returns, how do you greet them?
Oh, hey, Nike. How you doing?
And can you show me your body language as well?
Yeah, sure. She goes to stand up. As she does, she goes over to you and she will throw her arms around you. Is everything okay? You have a good day at work? They didn't make you carry everything again, did they? You did go this time, right? Nike. Oh, me? I was fine. Is this enough?
Luna's looking directly in their eyes as she's doing this.
She just like looks back to you. Is that enough?
I guess so. I haven't been able to tell. What puts me at a disadvantage is I can't tell whether you're telling the truth, there's some dark magic involved, or...
Oh, I don't know anything about any magic.
Well, of course not. If I were to guess, you wouldn't know too much about this magic.
No, not really. Though, to be fair, I mean, I didn't know a lot about things before coming to this world. But it looks like if you know magic, you can get pretty far. If you don't, then, yeah, you're kind of stuck in the lower cities.
Let's see. I'm going to show you this again.
Okay. She lets go of you.
This is a normal stick, correct? Takes out the wand.
She looks at it. Yeah, that's the thing you handed to me, right?
Yes, a nice crafted stick. Good for roleplay.
Here, let me see it for a second.
Alright.
They take it in their hands. They go, ooh, yep. Hands it back to you.
Yes. Well, that is unfortunate, but... Oh, never mind. Do you think Nike, as you call them, will be here soon?
I don't know. I mean, with everything that happened, I hope he's okay. They said that the lower city was gonna get flooded. But he should probably get through.
You confuse me. No, sorry, I said that last part out loud.
Is it because of how I acted with your pen?
With my what?
With your pen.
Excuse me?
Your pen.
My pen?
Yeah, let me see it again.
Like, pen?
Do you want to take your wand out?
She's just kind of looking around going, what the fuck's a pen?
Do you want to bring your wand back out?
Yep.
You pull out a small object from your person. As you do, you find that you have in your hand not the wand from previous, but what appears to be this small clear thing that has some dark liquid inside.
Oh, that is fantastic. How did you do that?
How'd I do what? What do you mean?
Oh.
You know, I really could use a pen. Do you think you could trade it for the stick I found? She holds up your wand.
Okay, I understand more. Oh, you are so amusing, dear.
What do you mean?
Well, let's just say, if you want to do a bit less begging, then the reason I approached you is not because I wanted justice or anything like that. I wanted a companion.
Well, I mean, I can't really do much. I could really use a pen, though.
Here, why don't we exchange?
Takes pen. Hands back wand.
And if you ever want to make more exchanges like that, just let me know. You and Nike, was it?
Yeah.
I'll be staying up a bit at night. If Nike does arrive, then I'd like to speak with them, as well as yourself, if possible.
He should be somewhere around here, though. I guess we'll have to see if he ever shows up. To be fair, he might have made his way over to those other people.
What have we been calling them? The
I guess the activists?
Activists, thank you.
I don't know if that's what they're
the
really
activists.
called, but I guess that's what everybody here is calling them.
So,
Is that everything you need? I was thinking about I was thinking about maybe making something, but I don't really see a kitchen or anything around here, so.
if you want to get something to eat, how about I'll see if I can get some money and we can share a meal together.
Sure, though I'm not entirely sure who you'd really get anything from right now. I still have some things left over. You like trail mix?
Oh, I haven't had trail mix in a while.
They pull out what appears to be a small bag of some kind of crinkly bag of something, and they hand it off to you. Here, for saving me earlier.
Can you repeat that?
They hand you a small crinkly bag that you have problems understanding. As you open it up, you do find that inside there does appear to be small bits of food inside.
Where's the minced meat?
Oh, I don't have any of that. There's M&Ms though.
M&M. What is...
Maybe it's minced meat, because M&M? Probably not though, it's chocolate.
Puts an M&M in their mouth. Oh, that is delightful.
Yeah, they supposedly melt in your mouth, not in your hand, but yeah, it doesn't really work very well in practice.
You know what, I was gonna head down, but you fascinate me. Do you mind if I ask a bit about yourself?
Yeah, come on, pull up a seat.
All right. Maybe we can exchange stories. Well, we transition.
As you sit down with them, they do pull out what appears to be a small bag of the same stuff for themselves. As they sit down, they seem to put the frying pan back away safely inside of the bag they have next to them. Upon doing so, you guys are above them talking, as we're gonna go over to the other guys over here. As
He's like, where the fuck's my trail mix? Why are these pens?
where the fuck's my trail mix?
Why do I have so many pens?
Who needs to write this much?
Whenever you rolled earlier, you got a 17. The DC was 18.
That is like, I was really confused. I'm like,
With that being said, your persistence might have pushed through to them to eventually just go like, they're not gonna go away unless I say something. So Hibiki.
and now they're like, oh shit, they're staying.
Just be annoying till they answer.
Hibiki, you make your way over toward the two that are here. You find that that Bosco is currently just staring outside. While you see that the father is currently looking through his bags, taking inventory. As you approach, what do you want to do?
Yo, I need a quote on something.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah.
Didn't I say you're not going to be getting any of our stuff?
I don't want any of your stuff unless you actually have what I'm looking for. Gummy blocks.
We got some things here, though. Gummy blocks, that's a bit out of our pay grade. Nobody usually keeps that stuff unless they're doing something with it.
Damn.
You might want to find some, I don't know, noble out there that might have some of it. Seems like they usually try to mess about with it, make weapons or something out of it.
I've heard tell of that. I was mostly looking for it for the... I mean, it's not a secret, so... The dam is currently being held up by a spell. Eventually will give out, but if we can find a way to get more gummy blocks and patch that thing up, we should at least save the lower city.
Well, I don't know if there's any gummy block that I can easily find, but as I said before to your friend, I am
more than capable of, well, if any of my contacts still are around, finding any of them and seeing what they can do, but gummy block, that is a tough ask. There's many pieces of gummy block around this place, but most normal folk like us don't really have a lot of use for it.
Mm-hmm.
I've used some gummy block in building a couple of times. In fact, the shop that we had actually used to have some gummy block around it.
Interesting.
But, that was a couple of weeks ago now.
Interesting. I didn't think that you'd use this mystical material so, what's the word? Readily for buildings?
It's pretty, again, well known around here that this place has kind of abundant with it. Must be because this place gets so many off-worlders. I don't know. But you've seen those large deposits of it off in space, right?
Of course, we couldn't have missed it. They just float there, completely unmoving.
Some of it's around there. You could also mine some other stuff up there, I've heard. But according to people who've actually lived here for a lot longer than me, which is to say a lot of things because I've been here my whole life, apparently this place used to have a lot of them, and a lot of them fell out of the sky. Sometimes people found them all throughout the mountains. There are people that say that the very core of this place could have some of it, where gummy block would normally be extremely, well, hard to find in other worlds. It's pretty easy to find here as long as you have the time. Unfortunately, with everybody being as disposed as they are right now, you'll have a hard time of it. Bit of a supply and demand kind of thing right now. And gummy block, it doesn't adhere to anything very well except for itself. So a lot of people like making weapons, or a lot of people like making buildings and other thing out of it because it's really good for defensive stuff. Unless you have somebody who's able to manipulate that kind of thing, and then they just come by and take it like they own it.
People can do that?
We don't really understand too much of how the material works, but when we had first made our way into the central city, we lived down in the lower city, like we told you before, but we had made a sign in order to try to separate us from everyone around us and try to be a bit of an eye-catcher. But it appears that throughout the night we were burgled, and unfortunately none of the guards wanted to look into it, which makes me think it was a noble that did it.
Sounds about right.
We had the damn thing for 2 weeks, and we spent a month making it. And the entire time before that, we spent my entire life finding all that. But our sign's gone.
This was 2 weeks ago at this point?
It took us 2 weeks to make it. It was about a month or so ago about this point.
So by now they'd probably repurposed it, unless they really just liked the sign itself.
Most likely they turned it into something already, or broke it down, or sold it, or whatever. When it comes to the nobility of this place, they sometimes can get away with certain things when it comes to the ones from the lower district. We don't have a lot of money to, well, give to people to look into things like that, and the guard, while perhaps they thought it was too much of a problem to look into, maybe it was a particularly notable thief, or it was a noble. I can tell. The way they look at you when you bring stuff like that up, the way they look away from you and not make eye contact.
I'm guessing you might have a clearer idea. Maybe a noble had come by your store.
Maybe.
From the sounds of it.
Somebody unlocked my thing. Anyway.
Someone unlocked it? How could they?
How dare they?
How dare they?
All I know is that when it comes to things like that, we're the ones that always draw the short end of the stick. Somebody unlocked it again.
Sorry, I realized what it was. I was trying
okay.
to clean something up my keyboard and it wasn't where the L button.
Okay, that's fine.
All
Also,
right.
while we're in the quick pause,
I have to tell you, Deco.
Yo, what's up?
So you know, I'm still at 16 because right now Muna's assumption is Nikkei is this demon that's possessing her at random times to steal stuff.
Who knows, man? Who
Who knows what's going on here?
Who knows?
I swear to God, if there's actually a guy named Nikkei that comes through the store,
Nike.
she's gonna be like, Nikkei's real?
It's Nike, like the shoe.
Oh,
Like the
Nike's
goddess.
real?
We fucking see him. He's actually just like a sentient pair of shoes.
Well, we've seen the book.
Out of world experience, Nike comes in with a thing of batteries, and Muna just dies from overlord of fiction.
Just don't swallow the batteries. No, you can't gain their power like that.
You will find something called the Tide Pod. Do not eat it under any circumstance.
But they
The
look so
typical snack.
delicious, like those M&Ms.
Like I said, we're the ones that usually draw the short straw. Other than that, I can't really help you. Again, you'd have to talk to a noble to find out anything. Or, I don't know, some kind of rich wanderer, or... I don't know.
If only I was that fucking lucky.
Other than that, the only people I could think of are, well, those over by the west of the city, the ones that you all didn't want to make your way over to.
Yeah, I heard about them potentially being a better source of it. I just figured, since I have some of this world's money now, I figured I'd find out if it's so abundant it has a price.
When it comes to it, it's decently common, so depending on the size of the block, you're looking at a couple hundred money to 1,000. It's not, how do I put it? Each gummy block, whenever it is separated from wherever it came from, they have some weird properties to them. So I guess it really just depends on what kind of block you're finding and what you're ending up going to use it for. But again, most people use them for weapons or for making things pretty, like what we were trying to do.
Or, making a flying train or a giant dam.
Oh, that's mostly because Gummy Block is able to traverse the sky.
Mm-hmm.
It's good enough for traveling between different places. Again, it's a pretty versatile thing, I guess. Any other world, it would be rare.
Then I guess, did y'all shop have any, pickaxes for the stuff?
Pickaxes?
I mean, I heard mining it, so...
Oh, well, whenever you mine things like that, you most likely just kind of try to find a big chunk of it, and you just see him lift.
Ah, I see.
I mean, I guess some people would probably try breaking it up and seeing if they can get anything weird out of it, but mostly you're just trying to find the biggest chunks you can find, right?
Alright, I see now. Thank you two very much.
Like I said, if you want to make your way up to the upper city, maybe you'll find some nobles that have something. I hear that some of them make some weird shit with it. There's some guy maybe going around, maybe they made a carriage or something out of it, I don't know. That might not be enough for the dam, though.
Is there any particular notorious noble up there that comes to mind?
Oh, there's plenty of them. But if you're looking for a notorious noble, he points over toward where Rosa is. Talk about her family.
Really?
Most of nobility live up in the upper city. They live here in the central city.
Leave her alone, she's one of the good ones.
So her family, basically the issue is that they spread their influence a lot down in the middle city instead of up there.
Yeah, and I wonder who'd have the influence to turn the guards against people who live in the city. You don't have any proof of that, Bosco.
I mean, at least if it were an actual thief, they would have left a calling card. So if it was a noble, then they probably would have left as little as physically possible to not get it traced back to them.
I don't know. Again, right now, the only problem with everything is figuring out what's going to happen from here on. I can't really be worried about old grudges right now.
Understandable.
Right now, I don't think anybody here needs to be thrown out in the cold or anything, but there are
if it wasn't for the fact that we were here in this situation, I wouldn't be sharing a roof with anybody around here.
That's fair. I probably wouldn't either.
We'll set up our shop in just a little bit. Me and Dad were looking over at that stable outside. Looks like a nice place to put some things around. Not to mention, if we find any horses, I'm actually pretty good at handling them.
That'd be pretty useful.
So if you want to send any beasts that way, I could probably watch them over for you for a price. We could do it ourselves. Dad, listen, Bosco. He just goes forward. We're not going to give them any of our food, any of our resources, or anything like that. We have to do something for them, though. They saved us. And if I can't give them anything, they've asked me twice now for different things, weapons, and now gummy block. I feel that I've not been doing anything to give back to them. We won't give them anything for free, but if they bring us any animals, let me take care of them. You don't have to pay us a dime. Whatever.
All right, if we find any animals, which I personally doubt, what with, the giant monsters roaming around, but if we do, sure, if you're willing to do that, sir, then yeah, if we could send them your way.
Of course. Hell, if anything out there survived this long, then it's probably a pretty strong animal.
Mm-hmm. My thoughts exactly.
You look like you're getting... you look like you need some rest, though, son. Not my son, you son. Not... I'm macho, by the way.
Chibiki.
And you know Bosco. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
Amcho? Let's go! Amcho!
There you go.
There we go.
Fucking, I did it quick. I'm sorry.
Working fast.
We'll make our way out to the stables if you don't mind. If anything, there's some hay and everything out there if you'd like to come rest with us.
Sure, I personally trust y'all more than a lot of people in here anyway. I'd rather not have certain things of mine taken just as I got them.
Yeah. You see, as you say that, Bosco kind of looks at his bags again with a bit of confusion, yeah. And yeah.
I like that pride.
I'll even see what I can do to help bring some of your bags with us.
All right. Do you want to make your way out into the stable with them?
Sure, why not? They offered. I'm like, hell yeah, stable? Fuck yeah. If somebody walks in, they're gonna be the first to know. So it's like,
let's go.
Let's go.
You go to the stable. You see Zarel looking through stuff. This is a good place to find ingredients.
I'm just saying, everything's here.
This seems like a
There's
good
hay.
place to find ingredients.
Gosh.
There's hay, there's horse.
You mean a rat to lead this meal?
Zarel.
Yep.
You would be mostly reading your nice little cookbook. You understand that you need quite a lot of things for this to become useful in any way. However, looking it over, you're like, this doesn't seem that hard. You just gotta follow the directions and then, just crack an egg or whatever. You got it.
This is pretty clear. All things considered, all you gotta do is just do these things in this order, and it's that makes plenty of sense to me.
And then you can have a souffle.
All you have to do is become
Whatever
the
that
egg.
is.
It sounds.
Whatever that is, there's no.
Souffle.
You really wish you could tell what they look like, but there's no in this book.
Yeah, he's just sitting there man, I feel like this is a very complicated way to
As
put
you've been reading out loud, these guys have been say it again, Zarel. Omelette du fromage?
As you would see that it looked like Hibiki makes his way out, and Muna looks like they go and sit up at the top area over there, reading your book and looking about at things. Is there anything you'd like to do before just running off to bed?
Well, they were busy doing some stuff, but she was saying that well, not just I, but no one should go around because she's doing her ways, which is very unclear. That could mean anything. I don't want to interrupt that.
Yeah.
And Hibiki didn't say such a thing, but he looks pretty busy because he's gone. I don't know where he went. All of my friends are disappearing. I mean, I guess I could apologize to the people I yelled at later. That wasn't very nice, even though I was right.
Then again, if you close your eyes and go to Muna, then you wouldn't be breaking your promise.
Yeah, I guess we'll go give him a little formal apology.
You want to go talk to the knights over here, the guardsmen?
Yeah.
You make your way up and past the people that got a lecture to by Gilgamesh. And as you make your way over toward them, you do find that the guards seem to mostly have what appears to be a large thing of hay that they have brought into this place from the outside. At which point they have stashed their captain upon such a thing, and then you see that Private Zoram makes his way forward, like, "Oh, hold on there."
Oh, I'm so sorry, Flamio there.
What?
Flamio. I am greeting you.
Hold on. You just see. His name should be Hilson. Who changed it?
Still.
Name should be Hilson. How dare you?
I don't know who changed it.
I think I changed it last week, but I forgot to change it back.
It's fine. We'll change it back. But as you see the other soldier make his way out. Flamio.
Oh. He looks pleased by this.
That's kind of an old timey way of talking, but I dig it.
One of the soldiers like, "What the fuck you call me?"
I've been reading around here and I have been learning many things. How are you hanging on?
We're doing all right so far, but as he looks back toward the other two, you do see that both of them seem more on edge around you than Hilson here does. As he looks back, they're with everything happening, they're wanting to make sure that the captain here is doing his best. Though, if you don't mind, how do I put it? He looks over toward the other two. They're like shaking their heads no. They're like, mm-mm. Well, the captain woke up a minute ago, and whenever we told him as much as we could before he fell unconscious again, he said he wanted to talk to one of the ones that had risked their lives for us, and he also said that we're probably all gonna pay for what we did, so that sucks too. But I think he wants to talk to one of you if he can get him up again. I'm not sure if he can though.
If he's fast asleep, then I guess it'll be a matter of trying. Although I would like to apologize for my outburst earlier. I had not meant to scare anyone in such a way.
The two of them look back over towards you. Why don't you roll me for that demeanor, my boy? See how approachable you are right now. You also
this could literally go two ways. Cyril is both like 5 years old and also like literally a ripped ass fish beans. This could literally go either way. 19 plus 1, 20.
Did you roll twice?
Oh, roll again?
Yep, because you have 2 fleetings. My bad.
Oh, okay. I shall roll again.
I mean, you rolled a 19. I could probably just hold on to him if you want to.
It's just, I'll just roll twice just to let you know.
Gets you 20. Gets you 20.
Yeah, it's a dirty 20.
You see, as the two of them, as you say that you were sorry, they do sort of make their way over. Upon doing so, we were only trying to protect everyone, obviously. That person is suspicious.
I suppose that falling out of the sky would make anyone suspicious.
That, as well as you see as Zinna keeps to want to say something, you see Hilson just put an arm out. Either way, we should make sure that we take care of everyone as well as we can. The captain has already scolded us for what we did whenever we left you guys behind. He said no matter what, we shouldn't have done something like that, though we also let him know that it is, unfortunately, our jobs to make sure he's safe. So we have to take whatever criticisms that are thrown at us for that. So we're sorry as well, but thank you for understanding.
You had to make a rash decision at the time. I cannot fault you for it.
That being
So,
said, most likely, we're gonna have, we're gonna have to try to find someone of note pretty soon to try to give us our orders. We can't keep hanging around the captain the entire time, and unfortunately he's not technically our captain, so he can't really tell us what to do right now.
So you would have to find someone else to give you orders?
It's better left explained to you by the captain if you can get him to awake, but let's just say he's in a different division than us. We need to find our own captain. Though I saw some people leaving before. Is it safe to go outside?
I believe that as far as whatever light covers this place and the area around it, anywhere within that round should be completely safe of those bugs.
And that means that the captain is gonna be fine here, right?
Well, I don't know much medicine, but as long as he is not significantly disturbed, I believe he should be fine.
Got it. You see the other two start running off.
What are they doing?
They brought the captain to a safe space, and they were told off by him, so I think they're trying to leave before anything happens to them. All of us are pretty forgettable, so I think they're hoping that the captain forgets who they are.
Wait a minute, that's not... Get back here!
You just see them start running and leaving the area.
Get back here!
As they just run out.
He just sees them running.
Well. I mean, I know their names, so I can just tell the captain when he wakes up.
This is very impolite. He's crossing his arms. Still, I suppose we can see if he is awake then. Well, can be awakened in some form or other.
I'll go and check on the others, see if there's anything I can do for any of the refugees.
Very well. Thank you.
I'll be back in a little bit. He starts making his way away as you go and approach the captain, who is laying on his bed of hay that has been brought up here for him. You find that for a moment he just seems to be laying there, eyes closed, completely at some sort of ease for a moment. However, you do see a slight wince coming from his face before his eyes slightly opening, looking towards you. Are they gone?
I believe they're gone, yes. Were
About
you...
time. You see him sit up.
He's like, how confusing that he has just woken up now. That's weird.
I have not been able to deal with them.
Oh, them? Were they... I mean, I suppose they ran off, so...
I didn't think they were actually gonna leave the building, but that's fine.
Are you fine? Last time we saw you, you were under a building.
I can't say much on that.
Have had better times, huh?
Yes, I have found that I am doing well enough.
Sorry. There are... I don't believe I've met you before. Are you an off-worlder?
He thinks on that for a minute. I believe it is complicated.
I see. Well, I've not met you before, so he puts a hand out to you. Malcolm.
I am Zarel. Go ahead and give him a very hearty shake.
Zarel.
Will
As-
Sorrel do what Muna did with her earlier?
Oh, that's for farewells.
Oh, true. I said
Greeting is
farewell.
for greeting is flameo.
Yeah, like greeting
Okay.
is flameo, and whenever you see someone, you kiss them.
As Malcolm looks over to you, I'm truly sorry for what they did to you.
Did what to me?
From what I had seen, the ones who had came and brought me to all of you had seemingly led you to me, and then once they saw that you could do something with those creatures, they ran off with me, leaving you to them. It was extremely unbecoming of
Well, I
people who are
suppose
supposed to
it did
defend
run
these
off.
people.
I suppose if they are... Well, I mean, I suppose if they are some kind of guards, then their job would be to protect people, right?
I guess, but apparently not enough. I saw it best to try to pull someone out from underneath the rubble in order to save them instead of saving people who were within arm's reach.
I suppose when you put it like that, it does not make that much sense.
By all accounts, I should be dead. They should have just left me be and saved everyone else. I don't want to even think about how many people they've bypassed just because I was in danger. But luckily, I believe from what they told me, all of you had saved some people on your way, have you not?
Yes, we had seen some people on our way, and I do not believe we saw anyone else, which I suppose could be a good or a bad thing.
And we're inside of the legendary library now. He looks around.
Indeed.
I guess that the Cherished tales were true. Though, that means that the world is ended, or is that part wrong?
Well, I believe that everything outside is, well, not intact, but it
I'm
could
guessing
be
it wouldn't
definitely...
be I'm guessing it wouldn't be that bad if those two ran with their tails between their legs outside, hey?
Would you believe they would rather have died into the end of the world than have faced your fury?
He thinks on it for a moment. I guess 50-50 then.
50-50. Well, at the very least, for the time being, this area should be the safest to whatever those bugs are, as anything could be.
Tell me, on your way through the city, did you notice anything, shocking other than those creatures? Anything, out of place?
This is the wrong guy to ask. Notice anything out of place? I suppose there was a dam that was broken.
That's what I was worried about, yeah. I had seen that whenever we were engaged, but...
Worry, I suppose worry less. Don't worry. Worry a reasonable amount. I believe that it currently is, sealed off with magic for the time being, but we're not sure how long it will last. Well, I suppose we have an estimate. We know it'll be like a couple of days, but still.
And, that place where you found me, or I guess where you had fought those creatures, You survived your engagement with them? Did you find anything around there?
As you can see, we have definitely have at least survived.
But you did not find anything.
No, I do not believe so.
If it
Were
was
you
anything,
looking for something?
If it was anything around me, then those fools would have picked it up when they picked me up as well, so it's probably lost somewhere else in the city. Hopefully it won't be taken away by the water.
Well, what were you looking for then? I suppose that if we are going to be moving around, you could keep an eye out for you.
How do I put it? A small remote of such. It was made of gummy block.
A small gummy block remote?
Yes, how do I... It was given to me, and I wanted to make sure that I was able to, well, recover it. But it does not appear to be on my person at the moment.
It might have fallen off at some point indeed if it was somewhere around that area, but it is not something that I believe any of us had seen at the time.
If you run into anything that fits its description, that'd be great to figure out. Hopefully, he looks down at himself. I'll hopefully feel somewhat better to be able to move in the next day or so, and I'll go look for it myself.
I will definitely try to keep an eye out for this controller. Although this is definitely a weird thing to lose. Well, I guess I don't have a vase for it, but still.
Whenever things like this happen, it's always the small things that go first. Anything that's smaller than, well, I guess a bag or something would be easily lost in this place with all the darkness creeping in around us. I could have swore that I saw it, but hopefully one of those creatures didn't take it.
We had seen a lot of them when we were there, so I suppose that is not out of the question if they like taking things.
They like taking things?
Apparently they seem to take things from time to time.
Well then, I guess they're the first place I have to look.
It's not really a place if they're holding it around. I'm just kind of thinking about it. Well, it's certainly a strange thing to lose. I will make sure to keep an eye on it then.
If it is in the hands of one of those creatures, don't risk yourself too much, but maybe take note of how the creature looks so you can tell me.
I will try my best.
Thank you.
A small -4 insight sign glancing his little head.
Thank you. That being said, I believe I will try to rest here as much as I can. If I'm better able to walk in the morning, I'll try to get this hay out of here. It does not deserve to be inside of the Great Library.
I suppose if a place is so, what is the word? Mythical, as it would be, locked unless the end of the world would be, then I suppose hay would be pretty unbecoming of the place.
This is, most likely, if any Cherished were to have made their way here, this would be considered a holy site for some of them. I would rather them not have to worry about it being besmirched just because I was hurt.
Oh, I had not known that. You'd think that, coming into, reality for a few minutes would teach you some stuff about the things that you should know, but I had not known that.
Coming into reality?
Oh yeah, I was just born a couple of minutes ago.
So you are a
an hour
Cherish.
now? Yes, indeed, I am.
I had thought about it whenever I had seen your ears, but I didn't want to assume. Some off-worlders sometimes look like Cherish. But you had said it was complicated, so I had thought about it a bit.
I do have to think about it a bit.
Well, as I said, I will get this out of here as soon as I can. As soon as I'm able. If you would permit me to lay in it for just a little while longer.
Oh, absolutely. Make yourself comfortable as you will, then.
Well, if you don't mind, I will try to find some kind of rest then.
Take care, then. In a great chance of glory, I'm going to attempt what Muna did.
You lean down to him. Will you do what Muna did, or will you do what Booya did?
I'm gonna roll. Give me a moment. Let's see who's parental. I'm gonna say 10-10. Will,
Yes.
you wanna be odds or evens?
Evens.
All right. That's odds.
So you make your way down. You remember Muna and Booya. You didn't really have a great angle on Muna, but you did have a good angle on Booya. So you go to each of his cheeks and you lay a big kiss upon each. As he watches you do this. Yeah, Flamio.
Flamio! Oh, it's a good day.
As one of the soldiers is like, damn, and I wasn't brave enough to tell him.
As you make your way away, eventually you find your way back over toward your book. You sit and you read a little bit of it, as you will most likely fall asleep in your chair. Same thing with the other two. Muna, you do speak to this woman here for a little while, though it does appear that after giving the trail mix, they are less inclined to speak a lot on their potential thieving ways, but they do answer any smaller talk you may have before turning over and going to lay down to rest.
Yeah, she is going to talk a bit about themselves, like as Muna.
Mm-hmm. As you
So
explain to them, you're like a witch and stuff like that. If you want to type to me what you would tell them. Go ahead.
Long story short, I'll just have it be a short. She's going to explain her times being banished and being poor, and how she met someone with scars, and that person with scars was a great thief and she'd like to say would be amused by her antics, but is also very competitive. But after asking about how they got those scars, learned a bit about herself, and she'll leave it at that.
You want to know how I got these scars?
No.
God.
Some of you know what scars I mean.
Let's keep going. But yeah, you explain some things to them. You do note that after a bit of time, it does look like they have laid down to rest. You did look at them, and while you could not get their poker face very straight because they were decently adept at it, you do find that they are very much just as tired as anybody else around here.
Oh, yeah, of course. There's no poker face. It was Nike. Nike was the thief.
Yeah.
Well, sorry for boring you. It's just, you reminded me well of those times, and I hope we can be friends. I know it sounds a lot, but there's some things I miss, not just of my old world, but the world before I became alone.
They will scooch over to you as you say that, and they will go and grab your hand while still just turned away from you. It's just like, it's all right, Nike, go to bed.
She seems comfortable, so she's like, she's just gonna watch. It's a high spot anyway, so she's just gonna keep a night owl watch.
I was gonna say, unless you were saying anything, if you were sitting up, then you can keep a night owl watch. If you are laying down, they have basically forced you into being Big Spoon.
You, the 5-foot girl, are not.
Okay,
a big
so
spoon.
odds or evens?
Odds.
All
Why are
right.
you making me
What
choose?
does odds mean?
Odds mean spoon.
All right, roll it.
Spoon, 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 spoon. Spoon!
as you say that you're sorry for boring them and that you're just having these thoughts and wanting to talk about things, they just kind of bring you down, laying down with them, and just put your arm over theirs, just like, it's all right, Nike, go to bed.
Well, it seems I'm trapped. Oh well. And then later, I thought you were going to keep night watch. You have to understand, I was being snuggled.
I had literally no way out.
I had my hands were
been
tied.
snuggled in years.
Despite being the big spoon, I had got no way out.
The three of you would rest that night. As you do, you would find that some of you rest better than others because, you know, some of you are sitting in chairs, some of you are laying in hay, some of you are being big spoon, some of you are up on the tower staring at a fucking cloud.
He hates that cloud.
Fucking hates that cloud, man. We could go for a little bit longer if you guys want, but we are at 3 hours and 54 minutes. It is up to you guys if you guys want to go a little bit longer. We didn't really get through a lot of stuff today. But if any of you guys want to end now, we definitely can.
I do think I do want to see Gilgamesh's stuff for next week, so that's my vote.
I do agree. I don't want to like do anything more for about Gilgamesh. I also am very tired. It is 11.
That's why I was mentioning, because I wanted to make sure that we didn't go overtime like we have been usually.
Hold gun to both your heads. We must keep going all night.
I really can't do this anymore.
I'm kidding. It's fine.
As each of you would find rest for the night, you guys would note the next day, you guys have to make a decision at this point. From everything you guys have learned, a good stockpile of the gummy block is seemingly over by where the activists, or whatever they're called, have made their base. Potentially bring yourself over to them would be the best way to get the dam fixed. Not to mention, according to Scott, they are the ones that are most likely wanting to protect the lower city, so perhaps you could even get it from them for free. But that is if you want to deal with the activists. According to different people as well, there are quite the number of ways now you guys might be able to deal with the darkness about you. The Heartless in general being mostly hopefully taken care of by the ability of being able to combine your own powers with Michelle's, which has now been combined somewhat with the power of the Keyblade, the weird demon eye Keyblade that you guys had seen.
It's cute, isn't it?
That being said, I think that with that all being the case, we're going to end things off here for the night. As we end things off, however, I do want to show off a little work in progress thing that I have going, because you guys have been told about the directions and other things that have been going on, and I've already shown you guys this, but I wanna show off the work in progress of the region map.
Hell yeah!
I made a little
The map.
Made a little thing. Made a little thingy.
Maybe we might get the starter soon too.
The starter.
Oh my god.
Here it comes. Load up.
It's not that
Let's
kind of
go,
region.
baby.
Wow.
Let's go.
God.
Hit it.
Oh my god.
Let me get.
Put him.
For some reason, it's not where it should be, so I'll just have to grab it from Discord. Should I give them the sepia one, or should I give them the other one?
Sepia.
Okay.
Sepia.
That was almost instant from you guys.
Yeah, no, we all agree.
They get the sepia map. We get the cool funny one.
Cool funny one.
The cool funny full color one.
I see. Oh,
Ooh,
that's
like
why
the
it keeps on
sheen.
wanting to save as a freaking MP or a web.
Oh yeah, of course, the devil's number.
Of course.
Let me just save as Penja. Pung.
Also, what's this? He called it a primal coin. Isn't that weird, guys?
It's a primal coin.
Yeah. I told y'all to wait.
Why does it say primal coin if literally none of those words have a T in it?
I love primal coin. Primal coin.
I
good.
wonder why. I wonder why there's a
T
T in
come
it.
from? Are you spilling the tea?
Good boy primal coin. All right.
Poor Hibiki from Terra. With his funny coin.
Also,
Daddy, you're from Terraria.
I was
Ah.
making sure my reaction to the eye was similar to the reaction I had when Fomal and I were playing Starbound and we found the flesh planet. Fomal was like, I'm not going to the flesh planet. I'm like, oh my god, look, there's brains!
I don't want to go
This
to the front.
is not what the actual map will most likely end up being like. There's still a couple of changes I want to make with it. But there are a couple of things here that you guys might have been told of, and I can show you guys where everybody currently is. So that's fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have us a little mapo here, a little map guy.
Look at the map guy.
Look, a little map guy.
There's a place you want to know. Map.
Yeah. And there's a bunch of little places that people can mess about with. I want to put a little storm into the ocean a bit. I don't know why. Currently, you guys are over here at this little great library area. And currently, as far as the light around you is concerned, it has taken the area about right here. That is around where the light extends to. So like you got a little bit of the city here. You guys had started around here, about at this little bridge here, right here. You have made your way up and over another bridge. And right around here, there's a little fountain right there. There's where the fountain is. I just covered it up with red, but it's right there.
And I'm guessing where we went to help the guards was like around here.
It's around this area. You would have been messing about with other things. You would have had to have gone off and up the streets about the area. As far as the dam is concerned, the dam will look slightly different whenever things are done. But here's where the dam is. And everything down here is most likely in danger of getting flooded.
Oh, it's that area is the lower city. I thought it was more.
Because most of these, if you look over here, most of the little island areas about here are islands and are very prone to, just basically being taken over by rising levels of water.
Okay, I just assumed that it
the
was
lower city is this area.
Okay, I was right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the whole lower city there. Like basically a wave will come from here and just go bleh.
I might have noticed something. I noticed a lighthouse here.
Yeah, there is a lighthouse there.
There's a lighthouse there. And man, there's a big old tower here. That's pretty
And
neat.
you were saying there was a storm around here?
Around where? It's probably somewhere in this general direction.
And
then this isn't the tree trunk. This appears the tree trunk.
Nope.
Hold on.
The tree will literally be in this area. It has not been placed yet.
Oh, it's even farther up. Oh, fuck.
It is a big ass tree too. Like I mentioned, this was something of a large structure that could be seen from space. It's probably around as big, if not bigger, than like the mountain over here.
Okay.
It's a big ass tree.
most importantly, Sorrel knows how to make some killer pancakes.
I mean, if if Zarel knew what they looked like.
Yep. It's the kind of thing of like, this definitely describes what they are. I could cook them. I'm not sure they would come out looking like anything.
They talked about the dark sides, by the way. They had said that some of them went off to the forest to the north. One of them might have went off down to the desert area down here. Some of them went off into the mountains, which could be either there or there or there. And one of them seemed to like it went into the submerged part of the city, which would probably be this way.
Damn.
Yeah.
I wonder where they're going.
Who knows, man? Who could ever know? Not me. I can't get rid of these. They're not wanting to go away. There they are. Good, good, good.
I get to be Big Spoon.
There's like maybe
Congratulations.
2 people on this entire fucking planet you can big spoon.
Total.
Yeah. There's a little town up here on this cliff. That's pretty neat. There's some
neat.
little farm area here. There's like a little cave over here. There's a big house over here.
Oh, that's a big old house.
Yeah. There's some other big houses up here in the upper city.
Mm-hmm. And the way upper city is that way.
Yeah, that's where the kingdom is. The kingdom area is on top of a big old tree that is up here and is basically like a tree stump. So like the castle is a part of the stump right here, and then there's like a city that is like down the stump.
You know, Castlevania style.
Yeah. The castle has to overlook the entire place, obviously.
What a bitch. He had to put the thing that holds his brother all the way over here. What a dink.
I mean, if
Couldn't even be bothered.
If the tree is right here, I mean, at least he has a pretty good sight of it.
No, there's a mountain in the way.
I mean, this thing's higher than the mountain.
Oh, no. The mountain probably has a lot of clouds over it.
But yeah, there's like some cliffies here on like the area here. So this is like rised up above the everything. So like they're not gonna have to worry about this big reservoir of water fucking breaking the dam and destroying everything down here. There's a nice little tower right here.
Wow.
Yeah.
We need a map.
There's some
Wow.
weird
In
there's some
character.
weird things in here.
Oh.
And there's some like little
The Taj
stalagmites
Mahal.
in a freaking place over here, and there's like another town, all kinds of things,
Oh.
all kinds of neat things.
There's so much room for activities.
So much room for activities. And again, this is just like work in progress. I've made this literally over the past like 2 or 3 weeks, just like every now and then adding something, taking something away. It'll most likely be done by next game, because I've got most things where I want them to be, but there's a couple of things I've still yet to throw down. So
It's a good thing that there's no poisonous swamp here.
oh, this is not the only map you guys will have.
I like how
There's
you
gonna
quickly
be-
said that when I mentioned poisonous swamp.
There's gonna be probably an extra map that'll be like this area. There'll probably be the actual tree itself will probably be its own map. There'll most likely be another little area off over here, and definitely the desert will be its own map. So there's probably gonna be at least 4 other maps, showing things.
And what we understand about the light thing, the light tower, it's supposed to just cover the city, not the whole continent.
Right now, you have no idea. The light currently is just covering this. So, who knows? The rest of the city's kind of fucked.
But yeah,
City
though,
is pretty fucked.
it's not good. It's not good out there. It's not good out there.
I mean, at least those dark sides left.
Thank
Yeah.
God they left, then no one can get hurt ever again.
But there are all the other little things, all those other little critters around.
It's fine.
Ever again.
It's time for some payday to kill them all. You see, we're not killing them to protect the people. We want money.
Yes, look at this little walled ass fucking tower over here.
We are not killing them to save the world. We're killing them to fill up Michelle's bank account. We're gonna get him a yacht. He won't
This
be able
little-
to use it.
This little area here is just to the east of where you guys had started from.
Ooh.
Or to the west of where you guys had started from. Yeah.
The bone.
So then the activists are that way?
Who knows, man? I didn't say that. I didn't say that's the activist base.
Okay, so I think on this map, the activists can be somewhere from up here to down here, anywhere in between.
You said that they were to the west.
If we average it, they should be in the sea.
Yeah, so this is east, this is west.
They're trying to
Who
go
knows,
into
man?
the sea, trying to find Zarel because it's like, okay, we gotta find a fish person. And Zarel's doing
We
the
need
best
a fish
stealth.
for some reason.
We need a fish person and kill them so there's no cherished left so our leader can, like, keep lying about being cherished.
I mean, they don't really like him, so I don't think that they would want to do that.
Clearly they like him. Like, they're activists. They're active against the pores.
No,
That was
they
the opposite of
they're
what was
that's
said.
the actually opposite of what they're people who are trying to get they're angry because the lower city is treated bad.
But the propaganda machine said...
I like the idea of like a propaganda machine saying that they're specifically out there to hate on the poor.
Yeah, they like killing people, even though they've only attacked buildings.
This is getting weird, dude. You can't continue.
Can't keep getting away with this.
I want you guys to go up. I want you guys to go up to go up to Clifftown.
Well, give us a good reason to go there.
Because I want you
Cliff
to.
is there.
Sport that you like.
Because I
Well,
want you to.
unfortunately, Deco, oh friend of mine, it seems that the plot has taken us more towards the dam, which is on the opposite side of the continent.
Oh well, that's fine. You just go there later. Or fuck the dam.
You know what? What if we just said
Hey.
fuck
Who
the dam?
cares if all this place is underwater? I
If
don't
we
care.
work together, all of our penises will be strong enough to hold it in.
What?
You said fuck the dam.
Oh, I see.
I'm sorry, Sorel. Not anymore.
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about Clifftown. Clifftown's doing pretty good. I still need to put a little bit more of a thing on this side of Clifftown to show the cliff more, because I didn't put something like that there. But like Clifftown's pretty cool. I like Clifftown.
And that's why they call it Cliffhanger.
Clifftown's great. I like it. And you hate it. You hate it because I like it. Anyway, we're gonna end things here tonight, my guys. Gonna end the recording here. Hope you guys had a good time hanging out with us today. Hope you guys had a decent time learning more about the world of Cherish and hanging out with all of the NPC talk we had, and learning more. And hopefully, Gilgamesh will be able to figure some stuff out for himself. We'll probably come back next game with a Gilgamesh starting things off and letting us know what he was doing during that time before we take off and either make our way over toward where the activists are or further into the city to get some money, or I don't know, maybe we'll go beat up some nobles and take their gummy blocks. Who's to say? I am
Manifest destiny.
manifest that destiny. That's
Y'all colonize this planet, now we're colonizing your money.
all that being said, my dudes, hope you guys had a good time, and until next time, guys, like always, later days.
Bye-bye!